first topic I want to talk about really quick before we get into some other things is that I don't like bitch ass niggas. And the reason why I want to start off with that is because
game is about helping us learn the rules of manhood. And a lot of times what happens is we don't fully believe in the rules. We don't fully believe in the information.
You cannot fear rejection.
We got to stand on business out there, meaning that the bitches ain't gonna even fuck with me if they don't think that I'm willing to go the distance behind some shit.
everybody in this room, if you had a bitch ass moment, raise your hand.
When I say I am, I want you to say a motherfucking man. I am a motherfucking man.
Like I said, y'all should have bitches. I'm amazed. It's a struggle for some of y'all.
Once you find something that you're into, it comes before everything else. And then even when you deal with a woman who's into you, she has to compete with that thing, whatever the fuck that is, right?
Stand up if you believe in fear. Stand up right now. Everybody stand the fuck up.
You know, I say bitch a lot and nigga a lot, but you know, it's with good intention and a lot of love in it and whatnot.
If I'm feeling insecure, is this really me or did somebody teach me how to feel this way?
I am a motherfucking man. You know?
Yo, what's good, my brother? What's good?
Hey, what's up, man? What's up with you?
I seem a little preoccupied there.
No.
Quick. Oh, but you can hear me though. You can hear me, right?
Yeah. You good?
Cool. That's what's up. All right, so real quick, y'all. For those of you who caught the IG live joint with myself, Steve, and Two Dapper last night, I already forewarned you guys that Miles was gonna be out of pocket. You know, he doing his thing. Shout out to the brother. He'll be back next Saturday. But we got Steve, the motherfucking Dean Williams in the building. So the show must and will go on. It's still going to be fire. There's still going to be gold nuggets and gems dropped. It don't matter who else is sitting next to me hitting y'all with this motherfucking ism. Before we get into the show, Steve, you got anything you want to plug, fam?
No. You have the call-in number?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I mean, I have it, but I'll post it in a minute.
Okay, my bad. Oh yeah. No, man. No. I'm just rocking shotgun with you today, dog. You and I guess Roman if he comes in. I'm just rocking shotgun with you. So.
All right, real quick, y'all. Let me plug the joint. The High Value Man. Are they just diluted? Are they just a diluted version of a real man? And what made me come up with this title, there's a couple of video clips that I came across recently, and it was just too many instances of bitch assness, too many instances of shit that didn't make no sense to me. So there's about 2 or 3 clips, short clips, that I'm going to share with the audience this afternoon. And this is what I want you guys to get from it. I want you guys to understand that a man defines himself first and foremost. Okay, you define yourself by your own unique identity, by your own unique brand as far as you being a man. The problem with the high value man distinction is that a bunch of guys who lacked an identity came to the internet. They said, "Who am I? I've been marginalized. Women don't pay attention to me. I've been marginalized. Who am I?" So there's been certain individuals on the internet who have had or do have a rather large following. So a lot of guys identify with their messages. You can identify or you can relate to someone's message without allowing that to become your identity. So what we're going to get to today, and I know, Steve, you talk about this, is we give men the foundation so they can define who they are as men. We don't try and tell them to be like us or what have you. Before we get into this, fam, you got anything you want to add to the topic itself or to the title?
No, you nailed it on the head. You did it like last night. Nailed it on the head, bro. You hit it.
All right. Real quick, let me just shout out some people. Uncle Guns, Unique 79, Fat John was good. The Incomparable Renee P was good. Who else we got? Clean the Plate James. Wicked Scorpion. Dukalux. Roy. Uncle Guns was good. There's a couple of new names. I don't know your name. I'm just going to call you Gore. Your first name start with a U. You know who the fuck you are. Baselli's Combat Sports and Wild Events. Excuse me, and World Events. Wild Events too. We can do that too. 100% Me. Linwood was good film. Jake, SSG. Jay was good. DePaul 9559 was good. Who else we got up in this motherfucker? Rashad was good film. BD. I'm not going to say the last part. You know who the fuck you are. Who else we got up in here? Joshua, student of the game. Look at y'all. Y'all paying so much attention. Y'all taking little phrases and shit. I like that. All right. Empowerment. Technique was good. Buckley Court was good, Phil. Corey was good. Okay. So let me go ahead and share my screen right quick. Yeah, there we go. Now, before I play this bitch-ass clip, I just want y'all to pay attention to the question that the young lady is asking. Then pay attention to the idiot. Yeah, I said idiot. Pay attention to the idiot and how he responds to the question. And I just want to reiterate to you why the distinction of high value man is problematic. But we're going to go ahead and get into this.
Can't hear it. Zach, we can't hear it. Zach.
You can't hear it?
No.
You can't hear it?
Mm-mm.
What the fuck is going on? Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on, y'all. My bad. We've never had that problem before. All right, let me stop. Let me go back into it. Hold on real quick, y'all. All right, present. We never had that problem before. Okay, I see. I see what I see why. Okay, I see why y'all didn't hear it. That's yeah, I see why y'all didn't hear it. All right, cool. All right, hold on real quick. Let's start it over. Hold on.
How do you describe a high-value man?
Okay, status, network, and looks. You're looking at
That's
it, bitch.
the wrong
You're looking at it.
question. Absolutely not the truth.
For real, but for real.
You know, obviously income, status, respect from your peers.
But
That's the
wouldn't
big
you
one.
think that's...
What the hell?
Wait. Zach is breaking up pretty bad, dude.
Okay, hold on real quick. I don't know what the hell just happened now. Hold on. Okay, all right, cool. Steve, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you said it was breaking up?
Yeah, it kind of is choppy a little bit, yeah.
Okay, hold on real quick. Give me a second. Okay, all right, cool. Jay Roman, you there?
Yes. What's going on, everybody?
What's up, Jay?
So this is what we're gonna do. Give me a second. Steve, I'm gonna send this to you right quick, all right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, I'm gonna send this to you right quick. Give me a second. What's good, Jay Roman?
You know how it goes, man. These Saturdays.
Right, let me go ahead and post the number right quick. Right, go ahead, fam. Hey, guys, I'm gonna post the number. It's not gonna be the typical call-in number. It's gonna be the number that Steve uses: 833-859-8744. 833-859-8744. We're gonna get these clips straight, and we're gonna get it popping. righty. So now the first clip, I know it was choppy. Were you able to make anything out, Steve, from that clip?
Well, so there's always a regurgitated narrative with the content creators, especially from the red pill, where they assume that soft guy era has something to do with looks, money, and status. And that it has nothing to do with that at all. I don't know. It's just bad. It's like the guy. A woman should never ask what a man is. You know what I mean? Like, she should already know. And if you got to ask, that means the person she's asking isn't. So that's all I got from it, because it was so choppy. I couldn't break down. I knew the guy was trying to. A lot of these guys, get on those platforms who don't have any game, that are talking to a bunch of hired whores and OnlyFans women and trying to explain themselves to them. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would I explain myself to a woman? I don't understand that.
So guys, and I'm gonna send Steve the clips in a minute, but real quick, the woman asked the guy what a high value man is, and he said status, looks, and money. You looking at him, bitch. That's exactly what his response was. You looking at him, bitch. So again, status, looks, and money. Now, this is the question. Well, it's really a statement / question. I want everyone to think about something. If you think about the things you value in life, your health, your loved ones, the one common theme about the things you value is you respect the things that you value. Okay, I want guys to really pay attention to where I'm going with this. You respect the things that you value. The whole reason why the whole high value man exists is because you had a bunch of tricks with money who were basically marginalized, right? By women. They weren't respected for the men they actually are. So Kevin Samuels, Fresh and Fit, and other individuals empowered these guys to say to themselves, hey, my education, my status, my money actually makes me valuable. And it doesn't, okay? And I'm going to tell you the main reason why. We all know that women will get with you and fuck with you simply because you have money, but they'll disrespect you at the same time. So if having money and status makes you a high value man, why do women disrespect you? Because remember, the things you value are the things you respect. Y'all want to speak to that?
This is one of these things that that continues to baffle me, because it benefits nothing but a lady's narrative almost. As soon as they started saying this high value, it's not something that was really, I don't want to say defined, because now there's a lot of ladies that says, hey, I need a high value man too. And they let this definition of money, looks, and status be it. But we all know that any woman that's really, if that's her criteria for who she's with, then she's not really with that person for who they are, but for what they got. And, from ever since a young person, I have been nothing but groomed from older people or parents and stuff, that you want the most genuine people around you, right? You want people around you that are going to be genuine and honest at all times. And it has nothing to do exactly with what you got, but you want people that's going to be upfront and be real. And to me, if that's what's really getting them, then from the jump, you're saying, I don't want anybody that's really real. I just want somebody that wants these things I got. And I want them to want them bad enough where they could be around me and I could say something and they listen to me, not because of who I am, not because of the decisions I make, not because of the way I move, not because of the way I make them feel, but only because I have money, I have clothes, and I have what they deem is status. So to me, it automatically sets them up for failure. No matter how much you got, you're still going to be a failure when it comes to ladies, because as soon as that's gone, they're gone. And then on top of that, you can never rest easy, because if you don't have it, that's always going to be in the back of your head. Always. Like, if I don't have this person is not going to be here. And that's not a genuine interaction with anybody. So
real quick, Steve, would you don't got to play it right now, but when you get done talking, the order that I sent it to you in, if you can play them in that order, like the first, second, third.
Well, the thing, Roman, that I guess a lot of these young men don't understand, but what was the world before there was even such a thing as a high value man? What was the world? I mean, I don't think people understand that they were men with status since the dawn of time. You know, there's always been rich men and poor men, but yet there was still the rich guy who has the trophy wife, the perfect life, and she's smashing the pool boy or the gardener or the bum. And it's just, again, a lot of these young men are looking for quick fix excuses to cover up a major internal mental problem.
I would say this. A lot of these guys, they suffer from a lack of self-esteem. They have low self-esteem. They don't feel confident or self-assured unless they have something to offer someone outside of themselves that they think people value. Okay, now I'm going somewhere with this. Okay, now, guys, I want guys to understand. As a standalone man, meaning you just being who you are based on your own unique identity, you have value as a man. This whole high value man nonsense, what they are saying is, as a standalone man, I have no value. But now that I have this status, money, and maybe women think I'm handsome, now I have value, but my value isn't decided by me. It's decided by her, him. Real quick, Tony Wing Chung with the $2 sub fam, donate my contribution to the game. Appreciate you. If you can go back, Steve, and play the first one, the first clip with the chick, and then we can get into it. You're gonna have to add it. I'll add it to the joint.
Let me see if I can.
All right, there we go.
Describe a high value man.
Okay, status, network, and looks. You're looking at
That's
it, bitch. You're looking at it. That's right.
Steve, can you pause it?
Not the truth.
Can you pause it? I want everyone to pay attention that these women are laughing at him. They're laughing at this goofy, right? Because God, for whatever reason, guys think that women all want the same thing. Now, if you present any woman with an opulent lifestyle, she's going to want to partake in it. But that doesn't mean that she respects the man that's presenting her with that. But what he said, and they're laughing at him, right? And when you aren't gamed up and you are goofy, you a game goof, you think that I can impress every single woman on the planet will be impressed by my status and my money, and the fact that this handful of women over here think I'm handsome. All women will feel the same way. All I got to do is present my high value to them.
Well, the thing is crazy, Zach. If he was on the street, he wouldn't be talking that way. You know that he wouldn't. If he was around real pipe hitting people, he wouldn't even be that way. He'd fold up and sit in the corner and be quiet. He wouldn't be that way, dog.
He's in a comfortable place where everybody's a sucker like him. That's why he feel comfortable saying that. If you want to jump to the J Room, you got something you want to add to what?
Yeah, I don't want to say I'm not a label guy, but I'm not a label guy. If man is the only definition that I need, to add anything extra to that it's almost like, you know, we always try to create these little clubs for us to be in because we want to be liked and be around each other. And I don't have a club. I'm my own individual. You know, the status I need is just man, and that's it. And I was born with that. So any other status or any other title that you want to give me, it's not something that I just want to join in, because individually, I want to be the one of one for me. And I want people to recognize that. Be like, man, I love that dude, you know, so kicking with that guy. I want to be around him individually and not the status. I'll tell you this, they got a guy in their group probably that has what they have, but is more chilled out than trying to let everybody know they have it. Right. Mm-hmm. And then they probably going to look at that guy where he's mellow and chilled out, because we all know it's not about that. It's about other things that's surrounding you, that he's going to enjoy his life, which is going to make them upset and more jealous. You know, one long time ago, I heard this story, and I'm trying to think of it completely, but it basically went to this king. This king, you know, he was the king. And there was this farmer who had his wife, had his kids, and had his life, just farming. And the farmer was so happy, right? The farmer was just freaking happy. So the king went and was like, why is this dude so freaking happy with his life? So he went and he destroyed his farm, right? So now the farmer, he rebuilt, did his thing, and he was happy. He was just continuing to be happy. Then the king went and stole his wife. Sooner or later, the farmer's coming back, and he's still just freaking happy. And it used to irritate him, like, how can you be this happy without what I got? You know, I should be happy with what I got. And to me, cats just always trying to tell people what they got and want people to recognize it, aren't really happy with what they're got. They're only happy if other people recognize it.
That's a great fucking point. If other people recognize it, look at me. Look, you know, I'm not really with the alpha male terms and sigma male and all that goofy ass shit, because this is what I believe. If you got to point to yourself and say you're that thing, you're probably not that thing. Because if you were that thing, other people will see it in you and recognize it on you without you having to point it out. But my thing is this, and I want guys to pay attention. What do you hear guys like Steve, L, 50, J. Roman, Miles, King Dre, Taekwondo, myself? What do we always tell you guys, right? The game is not about women. The whole high value man distinction is everything about women. Okay, and what it really, I'm gonna tell you what it's really saying. This is what it's really saying. It's saying those attractive women over there, those pretty women that I pedestalize, I can't get those women unless I have this, and this. So the whole high value man distinction is basically guys saying, I've lifted myself up to a level where now I can go talk to those women, because I see those women as so much more valuable than me. All they got to do is exist and look pretty. But I got to go achieve all these different things just to get a fucking whiff of her fucking draws. If that's not the epitome of guys with no sense of self-value, no sense of self-respect, no sense of self-confidence or self-assuredness, I don't know what the fuck is. I don't know if you want to continue this video out.
You see that high value man they consider high value. I don't know if y'all seen that video with Neo, where where she's kind of, you know, putting his business out in the street, but you know, that's what they would deem a high value person, right? Status, money.
Status and money. I thought that's all you needed. That's all you needed.
But you're still going through some low value stuff, right? Like you're still going through some things that you ain't supposed to go through, right? You know, so there has to be more to it than just that. It has to be more to it, because we see more and more all these people they deem high value go through some stuff when it comes to the relationships and life. You like, yo, if you going through the same thing, but this person is just way more happier, what is it about it? What's the difference? And I think that they forget that utmost, it's all about what they're trying to do is really like you said, Zach, they're trying to get what they want or what they deemed as somebody they couldn't talk to when they didn't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to, but in the utmost, it don't impress. Who's it impressing? It don't really impress them. Like, does it really impress them? The ladies have you, like, they don't really stay for a very long time. They're not really genuine. So what's the point of claiming the high valueness as a tool to get them when they don't really stay?
Hold on, real quick, J. Roman. Steve, when you're ready for the next clip, brother, on you, I just want to read something real quick, okay? This is the definition of value. The regard that something is held to deserve, the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. Number 2, a person's principles or standards of behavior. One's judgment of what is important in life. Now, I'm gonna show you guys something. This is important. I gotta do this. All right, where is it at? Okay, here we go. Okay, hold on. Let me move this out the way. According to Kevin Samuels, high value man is income $10,000 a month, $120,000 a year. Consistency, you must make that amount of money 3 to 5 years. Acknowledgement or validation. Other high value men must recognize you as their peer or potential peer. Visibility, right? On LinkedIn level. People have to be able to understand what you do for work easily without having to do research. Meaning, if you tell someone you're a pharmacist or a doctor, they should be able to say, oh, based on your title, you make X amount of dollars. You're a high value man, sir. Network. You must have a network of other high value men, or like Steve like to say, butt buddies and others. Utility. You must be of use to others of a group. No, your money is. Your money is of use to women. I don't think guys understand this. When we talk about value, very rarely do you hear these guys talk about integrity, honor, dignity, principles, standards. You very rarely hear these guys talk about that. What do they talk about? Get your money up. Dress a certain way. Go to the gym. Status. Other men of status must invite you into the group and stamp you and co-sign your status with them. I don't know what that sounds like to y'all, but that sounds like the alphabet community. Go ahead, man.
The thing that people don't understand, and it's no knock on young men because it's about to hurt what I'm about to say to them, is that nobody joins a cult voluntarily. They're usually recruited into it. And because these individuals have these vulnerabilities of a connection to want to connect to somebody, so they want to be part of something. So a lot of these guys, whether they have learning disorders, whether they have internal issues, they feel that they want to be connected to the word. That's why the goalpost keeps moving. You know, that's why we're in Riz, Handsome Man, and Soft Guy era that, if you notice, high value is kind of fading out. So it's more the cult mentality that are hurting these young men, because we have our own mentalities ourselves on this panel, but they're being recruited. They're using that word right there as a recruitment to join a cult, because these guys feel like, well, I'm not good for myself. I'm left out. You know what I mean? So it's deeper than,
Understand something. If you are a single man with no children and you are earning $75,000 or more, you are now platinum. Shout out to platinum. If you're making 6 figures or more, you are now diamond level. If you're making $55,000 to $60,000, you are gold. You are far more valuable than you ever had.
Zach, why is it's freezing, Zach?
I don't know why it's freezing.
And here's the trick. You guys don't know how valuable.
Am I freezing?
Roman,
that is why so many of my critics and detractors are angry
Zach, some on your
at me because I am waking men up to their true value.
Okay, hold on. Let me move it. Okay.
I just
okay. Was I freezing too?
We don't know if you were freezing because you weren't talking, but the video was freezing.
Okay. So we're done with the videos for now. Let me just say this. This is the point I want to make. He was basically ranking your value based on your earnings. That's detrimental to men. For another man to rank your value based on your earnings, basically saying, hey, men, I'm going to rank your value based on the ranking I give you. This is how women are going to view you. And I want people to understand something. Kevin Samuels is a self-admitted trick. He admitted paying for sex. There's a video of him talking about if you don't have $3,000 for a woman. Let me tell you this right now. Any man who pays for pussy is not qualified to give dating advice to other men. Period. He's not qualified. That's not dating advice. Okay? That's not dating advice. And I'm not saying he don't have information for other men, but he don't have the type of information that can help men find out who they are, to build the foundation of manhood from the ground up. Telling men to get money and to pay for pussy? Come on, man. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
Yeah. I'm just reading some of the comments because sometimes I like to look at these comments and stuff.
Let me say this real quick about one of the comments. I saw a comment that I deleted. If y'all got a problem with what we're saying, the number is right there, 833-859-8744. Please call in.
What did the person say?
He said that me and you were jealous because Fresh and Fit don't invite us on their podcast.
Who is jealous?
That me and you were jealous.
I don't have a Fresh and Fit.
Me? Wow. I know I was jealous.
Yeah. So my thing is, if you're gonna say something like that, call in and let the people know why we're jealous. Because apparently you have information or insight that they don't have. So call in and let everybody know why we are jealous.
He don't understand I was invited until I told Fresh I was gonna fuck him up.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, so
I ain't jealous of Fresh and Fit, or I don't really know Fresh and Fit. I don't barely watch their.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I watch, they're entertaining. Like, some things are just entertaining, and we just don't agree on a lot of stuff. But they do their thing. I'm never going to hate on somebody else for doing their thing. You can disagree with somebody, and that's just be it. It just be a disagreement. I believe that I prefer genuine connections to people around me. I didn't know Kevin Samuel even broke down the status level. That's like almost getting a credit card or almost getting a card where you get certain amount of points and it opens up a certain amount of benefits. So basically, instead of you being an individual and saying, this is what I deserve, this is what I demand, this is who I am, this is the person I want to be, I'm going to subscribe to a benefit plan of I should be a gold member. So what does that get you? Do I get gold member women? Do I get gold member vagina? What is it? What is it? What's the gold member status? And what's the silver? Like, do I walk around in a bar and I look at her and be like, yo, I'm silver member. Okay. I'm not no gold member. I'm platinum member here. I'm above that. So you're talking to a silver member guy. I'm platinum. Like, what does it really get you? And to me,
I want to. Go ahead, my bad.
Go ahead.
No, I just want to read the super chat. Unique 79 with the 50. As Steve said the other day, the women on those panels are there to promote themselves. Those content creators hypnotize their audience, or hypnotize their audience with clothes, the cars and watches, the apartments, etc. The women get kicked off, couldn't care less. Well, let me say this real quick. Young men are very impressionable.
Oh, we got a call, Zach.
All right.
What's going on, K Zach, and what's going on, J Roman? This is Tim from Maryland. So I had a question about what Jay Roman just talked about, having to deal like with like the comparing what Kevin Samuel said to like credit cards and like, you know, the benefits or whatever, right? Jay, you just put me on because like I used to watch him before I got onto you guys, and so is it pretty much where it's an entitlement because they think they have this type of money, they're supposed to have this type of outcome instead of working on themselves?
Well, they believe that working on these few items should get you the outcome that they want. So, you know, you work on money, which ups your status. You work on your looks and your network, right? And those are the things that should get you wherever you want. But it's more to it than just that. And like you said, working on yourself is different than just working on those things. I will never tell somebody not to get their money. I'll never tell somebody not to improve their looks, and I'll never tell nobody not to improve your network. But at the same time, I'm not going to do those things just for a woman. I'm going to do those things for me because that's where I want to live my life at. And that's the thing. Do you want to join a club where the only reward is a woman? Is that what we're doing it for, to gain these certain status? Now, I'm a type of person, I can learn from anybody. The best thing I think Kevin Samuel did for a lot of dudes is to say, hey, know your value, right? And to me, that's where it stops at. Like, and that's to me where it stops at, because that statement, maybe it woke you up saying, I'm not the man I want to be. And so maybe let's try to find some things to help me become the man I want to be. And it doesn't only include riches, status, and looks.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, he made a statement, know your value, but he didn't know value, because had he known what value was, he wouldn't have made it about the clothes. And so, you know, your clothes can't teach you how to lead by example. Your clothes can't give you self-assurances. Your clothes can't give you discipline or having emotional control. So him saying know your value, yes, I give it to him on the know your value, but if he actually knew what value was, he wouldn't tell these young men like you're saying, a gold, like you're saying, a gold, silver, you know, a level, like levels of value. Jay Roman, or Zag, or the fellas, you'll never hear Jay Roman say, well, I'm Jay Roman, gold status member number 5, and I'll be gold status member number 6 tomorrow. So the value, I just think he was just using words or playing with words to attach the word value to the reinforcement to make guys think that if I go out and buy this Armani suit, I automatically have value, and because I have value, that means a woman should automatically open her legs up to me,
like a reward system.
Well, and I'll also say this, and this is the mistake that people made. And I remember in the movie Scarface, the scene when they were at the beach, when Al Pacino's character Tony Montana was talking about, first you get the money, then you get the respect, then you get the women. That line was a horrible line. That line was such a lie, right? It was a lie. And I think a lot of guys really believe that. Get the money, get the respect, and then get women. Now, can money get you attention from women? Yeah. But you cannot buy respect. Look, let me tell y'all something. There are guys who have regular jobs who don't make no money that got way more respect than a lot of millionaires out here because of the type of man that they are. So when you talk about a high value man, let's take the word high out of it for a moment. Are you of value to people? Do you provide value to other people? Right? That ain't got shit to do with, it ain't got nothing to do with money. Yes, can you help people with money? Can you buy them this and pay for that and all that other shit? But your money is valuable. You're not. And I think when you say high value man, then you start saying it's based on your status and money. That means those things that you attained are valuable. You as a man, you're not. Okay, let's look at Will Smith. I love to use Will Smith as an example because he's the epitome of what you might say a high value man is. He was a sex symbol. Maybe he still is, I don't know, but he was a sex symbol in Hollywood, making $20 million a film, worth a few $100 million. He had it all: money, status, fame. Women thought he was good looking, all of that. But look at what Jada was doing and treating him like a bitch because she don't respect him. And the reason why she don't respect him is because of the type of man that she perceives him to be. Regardless of what his adoring fans think about him, Jada is right there. Jada knows him intimately. And she don't respect this nigga. There's a reason for that. Okay, look at what happened to Fresh with the Asian chick. She don't respect him. Look, gentlemen, I'm going to say this and I'm going to pass it back to the guys. When women respect you, they also admire you, meaning that you have the ability to influence them. When a woman tells you, fuck you, I'm going to do what I want to do, regardless of your input, she don't value you. Because if she did, she would respect you. Y'all got it.
Y'all remember Flavor Flav?
Yeah.
The show? Okay, there was a show. There was a show right afterwards with two brothers. I don't know exactly what they did. I think they were singers or rappers or something like that. And they had a show almost like that. And they got all these women together that was competing for him. And they put him through some tests. And one of the tests is right in the middle of the show. The producer came in and pretty much shut the show down and said, hey, you guys ain't got this amount of money no more. You know, you ain't got this going on. We're going to end this show. You know, something happened where basically the ladies realized that they didn't have any more money. Like their status was gone. And they just wanted to see which women was going to stick it out with them. Which women were going to stay there no matter what they had. And there was a few that did, and they had to excuse the others because they was slowly going through tests with them to say, hey, this is what's up. If we lost money, yeah, I think it was Real and Chance. Yeah, I think somebody put Real and Chance on there. But if they lost this money, would the person still be around? And that's a test. So if you think about this high status thing or this money looks and stuff, basically what you're saying is, I don't want anybody really genuine. I just want somebody attracted to those things. Well, you can't be mad at that if they leave when you don't have those things. You can't be mad at that when they're fucking the pool boy, because really they just wanted this for you. Because you wanted, you didn't want anybody genuine. You didn't want a woman there really, to listen to you and for you to guide and stuff. You just wanted her there for your what they call those, a little trophy wife. You wanted somebody that looks good and not really for you, for other people. Because a lot of times all the women start looking the same, right? If you look on a lot of these shows, they pretty much kind of look the same. So
Kim Kardashian lookalikes. It's a bunch of them.
Yeah. So really you want that as part of your status too. It's just something that you are obtaining, next in line, all the things you're doing. So it ain't genuine. And I don't, I keep saying that word because I don't like stuff around me that's not genuine. If you fuck with me, fuck with me. If you don't, then say I don't. I'd rather you tell me you don't like me, you hate my guts. I could deal with that more than somebody being around me being a snake.
Well, when you look at high value caller, they use psychological, sociological, and economic elements and all this other stuff. So what they're telling, see, when you don't have game, and this is why we always talk about game. When you don't have game, okay, so with people who, now let me explain game a little bit with Zag and Roman. We have our own brand image and our own perception. We have exclusivity because we are our own men. And the quality and craftsmanship of what we are create a luxury on an internal thing that women want to be with us. But if you look at these guys that scream high value, they're pushing they're pushing out an image. So you have to understand that gullible and naive and disillusioned, weak thinking people will get drawn into an illusion faster than men like the ones on this panel who are grounded and rooted in who they are as men. So you got to look at all these things, because They're saying luxury. So if you think about high value, what does that mean? Luxury. That means that in their world of luxury, they thinking that they're on some yacht right now with 5 bitches around drinking wine and champagne, eating caviar and sleeping with all these women. So a lot of people are drawn into those things because that's what the world does. They push luxury. You want to have prestige. You want to have this quality, but all these qualities are outside of themselves. So that means when you lose the luxury, you lose the person. And women can see this from a mile away. That's all I want to say on that.
Real quick, hold on real quick, caller. Give me a second. Eric Bird with the $5 super chat. Scarface had a cult following. Most of the cats in the hood wanted to be a gangster of make-believe, prove that Triple A. Look. I ain't even going front. But I'm saying I love Scarface. But at the same time, you're right, Eric Bird. A lot of guys wanted to emulate a lifestyle. And Steve said it earlier, an image. An image is just that. An image doesn't necessarily mean there's substance behind it. It's just an image. And once women interact with you and they realize there's no substance to your character, it's over for you.
All right, 443, we'll throw you back in. Do you have any other questions?
Yes, I had another question that you were touching on. So I'm starting to notice that, without getting into the products that you give us, like just the core, right? I'm starting to watch different shows and stuff like that and notice how much sucker stuff is in this stuff that they push. Does that have to do with like the same way that they try to push on, handsome man game, clothes money status, high value man, that type of stuff?
Look, I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna put out something on how to take advice or look at stuff on YouTube. My thing is this: if your own individual self is looking at something, I can process that information and spit it out just as quick because it's not going to affect me. It's against my principle of who I am. So the thing is, if you learn, whatever you learn, you retain, you need to implement, right? Because what's the point of learning it if you do not implement it, right? So it's just a waste. So if there's something that you need to implement in your life that seems good, then cool, go ahead and do that. But as you look at this stuff and you start to hear real game, and then you start to hear this other stuff and you realize, start counting your friends. Bro, you got an ugly friend, right?
Right.
You got a buddy that you would deem that wasn't too appealing to ladies as far as in the face wise, but somehow they get ladies. So
yeah,
what do you mean you got to have a pretty face to get ladies? I see my buddy
no.
who's sitting here chopping it up, going to a club, and next he got 3 girls around him having a good time. So that defeats what I just heard on YouTube. Are you understand what I'm saying? Like we always look for outside stuff, but we never quantify what we can look around and see. Like I can see, in real life. There's a guy I work with where his wife walks in that's bad in the looks, and he talks about all the things and all this other stuff. And I'm not saying they're happy. I don't know all the details, but I'm looking. Well, you're working with me, okay? Does the only millionaires get nice looking women? The only millionaires have a pretty good life where they really enjoy life, or do you see people around you that are really enjoying life? So stop looking at what somebody says and saying, oh, that's it. Start quantifying in your own life. And I think more and more we need to start doing that. Start counting your own 10. Don't count the 10 that they counted. I can see, oh, okay, my boys is doing all right. Even the ones that people would deem not to believe. No, that dude gets it. So why would I believe that on YouTube? Just because some guy on YouTube said it. You got to have pretty boy game. You walk in the room, if you got a really good face, you ain't got to do much work. You just stand there.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, not in the sense that, like, I'm looking towards what somebody's telling me, like what Steve has been telling me through his products, like, and like what I've been like tapping in with the lives and stuff. I'm starting to look at it through my own lens, through my own filter, what you guys have been not only been teaching me, but what I've been, taking in, like for my values, my standards, my code, whatever, for what I see. And I'm like, yo, this is some sucker stuff. But yeah, that's all I wanted to ask.
Okay, then I would say that you're on point. Then you're on point, because real information that you listen to, it'll resonate with you. It'd be like, oh, you know what? Yeah. Okay. Now, let's say some false information resonated with you, and then you went out there in the world and you started to kind of chip away at it, and you start to realize that, I don't know. As soon as you say that, then you realize that it don't really rock with you.
Yeah, it ain't that.
And real game and real information it's timeless. I don't know if y'all notice, it is timeless. It's not a fad. There's no separate word for it. There's no new slang. It is
no YouTube term for it. There's no.
It
YouTube
is just
term.
timeless.
Yeah, that, you know what, Roman? That's heavy what you just said right there, because it should cut through time. It should never. It should be like I always say, a lion. It should never. You should never call a lion a duck. You know what I mean? Just because the time changes. It's just that. But see, to call it last thing. That's how you got to understand and to know real from fake. Because real is never going to change. He's never going to change the word just to connect to a bunch of kids who don't even understand the language. All right, well, 443, we'll throw you back in, man. Appreciate the call, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. All right, Zach, lines are open. You good, Zach?
All right, so guys, call in 833-859-8744 if you have a question. Put a Q in the chat, followed by your question. We'll get to you. Again, if you guys disagree with anything that we're saying, feel free to call in, express yourself, do it respectfully, or you will get cursed the fuck out. So hold on real quick. So Stephen G says, do you believe women view men as a total package for long-term relationships, meaning he has a job, can communicate well, and has a life of his own? I think women will overlook some things. Why do you care, bro?
Yeah, Stephen G. Who gives a fuck? Okay, Stephen G. That's the biggest problem, young man. Why do you give a fuck what women view men as? I don't. Okay, this is how you can tell the men from the males. All y'all do is worry about what women think, how women move, what women think, and what women want. Why do you care? Hey, nobody on this panel gives a fuck. I'm sorry to cuss, Zach, but man, come on, man.
No, bro, do your thing, bro. Do your thing. I cuss all the time. Look, let me tell y'all something real quick. Let me tell y'all something. I don't care what women think. I don't care what women have to say. And that's no disrespect or me disparaging women. What the fuck that shit mean to me? This is why I look. If you guys pay attention to the prevailing things on the internet that get guys triggered, and I want guys to pay attention to this. What do guys get triggered about? They get triggered about women saying, oh, I want a guy that's 6 foot plus. I want a guy that makes $100,000 a year or more. I want a guy that does this and that's going to give me this type of lifestyle. Then you have game goofy dudes like Fresh and Fit, Kevin Samuels, and other people telling you guys to get money. The very thing that got guys feeling some type of way about, they're telling you to do. And then these same guys, mind you, will bring women on and basically chastise these women for wanting the exact same things they tell you to get. Ain't that a contradiction? Can't nobody see that? Can't nobody see that? That's the contradiction when they telling you, hey man, these chicks ain't shit because of this. Oh, by the way, y'all need to get y'all money up for these chicks that ain't shit because they want your money. Come on, man.
But that's not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I think in this question, another reason not to really wonder, they overlook stuff all the time. We all know that. Like, there's a lot of women with some dudes that they fantasized in their own head and completed the story, right? You know, they've overlooked all stuff. So why even worry about that? I'm telling you right now, like I told people when it comes to my daughter's getting age, I would love her to be with somebody like me. I would love her to be with somebody like me. So when it comes to relationships with women, they'll be lucky to be with somebody like me. And I think that's what you need to worry about. Are you the person that you would even want to be with?
That's true.
Real quick, shout out to Joe Blaz for the $5. Respect my brothers. We good on calls.
We'll get the ring when they call in. You'll hear.
We'll get the ring. Okay, cool. Let me see. There's no other question. Hey guys, call in if you got a question. Put a Q in the chat, because if not, we ain't got no reason to be here. We could be doing something else with our time. So
Tony,
if you make
Tony
it worth
Taco,
our while, we'll make it worth yours.
Tony Taco made this statement on the comments. Bottom line, everybody wants to be wealthy, and the thing is, it all depends on what you determine what wealth is.
Okay, Tony, we are see, y'all don't understand what. Oh my gosh, a poor man is wealthy, Tony, especially one that has game. His wealth is here, young man. You're again, for people I teach, that's an I do. You're looking at material things to be defined because you want to be validated by the outside world, and you have no idea the wealth will always be here. That's where the luxury is. That's where the quote unquote high value is here. It's not in what I'm wearing or what I'm driving.
But this is what I would ask. What the fuck does that have to do with the title of the show? What the fuck does that have to do with what we're talking about? Okay, not one time did we tell you guys, hey, be broken poor, it's okay. Like, there's a quote on Facebook. It says being poor is only romantic in movies. And that's true. Okay. But while at the same time, when have we ever told you guys it's okay to be poor? Matter of fact, if y'all think about it, we get on guys that are still living with their fucking parents in their 20s and shit, that aren't really doing anything for themselves. We get on guys. But here's the thing, though. What's that? Go ahead, Jeremy.
Man, when I was poor, I was real romantic. Romantic. Hey, that ain't just in movies now. I had, man, I had great times when I was rubbing pennies together. Great times.
But what I'm saying is we don't, not one time do we encourage guys to not do anything with themselves. But and Steve said it earlier, but what are you doing it for? Look, let me tell you guys something. There's a lot of guys walking around with conditional confidence. There was a line in an interview from Pimp C, one half of the UGK rap group. He was doing an interview, and he was talking about his little Bentley that he had. He was talking about the jewelry that he had on, and he was like, I don't need this shit. I got my game and my mouthpiece. This, and he said, this is just trinkets for the bitches. That's exactly what he said, but I don't need it. Then he went on to say, there are guys who got all this shit. If they lost it, they would slit their wrist because they needed to get a bitch, right? That's what he was saying. So my point is, you have guys walking around here with conditional confidence, and they are only as confident as their bank account. They are only as confident as the places they can go shop and eat at. They are only as confident as the car that they drive. They are only as confident as the zip code they reside in. Imagine if you're such a weak-ass man that you can only be confident when you have money to spend and material possessions to show people. The moment that shit goes, you are a shell of a man. Okay, real quick story, and I'm going to be brief. Back in the day, during the mortgage crisis, when the mortgage crashed and all that other shit, I used to work in bankruptcy and foreclosure. There was a police officer, I forgot what city he lived in. There was a police officer that was calling, and I was on the phone with him. He was asking me to help him save his home. He was crying, like he was crying on the phone. And I told this story a handful of times. He said, please help me save my house. And we told him, so your house is about to be foreclosed on in about a week or two. And he was like, please. And he started crying. He was like, if you can help me save my home, I can save my marriage. And basically his wife was about to leave him because he was in the process of losing a home. And I said, sir, does your wife have a job? He was like, no, she refuses to work. So why am I saying that? Oh, you high value men individuals, right? So you get a bitch because you're able to financially take care of her. The moment you run into a challenge financially, that bitch is gone and you crying. That's the point I want to make. Y'all got it.
Hey,
in the chat.
Even in let's take it to the corporate world, right? Everybody wants the corporate money and all this other stuff. Back in the day when the stock market first crashed, right? Cats was jumping out the window.
Oh yeah.
They was losing thousands, some millions, and jumping out the window. Now I don't know about y'all, but to me, game is a mental stability. How strong game makes you will shield you from some thoughts like that you can't bring home a certain amount of dough, so you jump out a window.
Yeah, that's men rebuild, but I mean I'm saying it's the process. So I've been doing this for over like damn near 40 years. So in the 90s, we know there's nothing new under the sun. While I was on the internet teaching, Rome, you were going through, and Zag, y'all were going through your women. So it's just y'all wasn't out there on the internet doing what I was doing, but we were doing the same thing. It's just that. All right, well, let me explain. Let's bring this call. Area code 623. You're on with the man here is a skill set show. Excuse me. What's your name? And what's your question?
Hey, Coach, this is Omar. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, sir, can you speak up a little bit, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
You on your speakerphone?
Yes, sir. Let me take it off.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, that's way better.
Way better, sir.
Sorry about that. Thank you for taking my call. My name is Omar. And basically what I got out of this show was, because this is something I've always heard from those shows is, your money makes you, or if you don't have the status, that makes you. But that never really sat with me. So what I got out of this is, it all starts with you. It's okay to have nice things, but you have to have the mentality that, if you lose it, I can make it back tenfold. Would you say that's the right mentality to have?
Yes, well, because here's the thing. Here's the thing, caller, and this goes to the guy in the chat when he said everyone wants to be wealthy. And that's not true. Not everybody wants to be wealthy. Some people are content making their little pennies and shit, right? But here's the thing. At the end of the day, we all want a comfortable lifestyle. We all want to be debt-free and have some sense of financial security. But the question is, why do you want it though? Do you want it for yourself? Because you drove by a Dodge car lot the other day and you saw a Hellcat and you say, I want that. I don't make enough money. Let me get my money together. Let me get my shit straight so I can buy that car. Cool. But if you saw that car and you said, damn, man, if I had that car, them bitches that keep rejecting me, maybe they won't reject me. And so you're mainly motivated to get that car behind some pussy. Something wrong with you. In my estimation, in my opinion, something is wrong with you. Right? So there's nothing wrong with wanting something for yourself because you're passionate about living a certain type of lifestyle that's for you. Now, caller, now here's the funny part. If you live in a nice community, have nice things, you make a good living for yourself, will women notice you? Yeah. Right? Could you be in a position to take care of a family? Yeah. But those things are the byproduct of you wanting something for yourself. You're not mainly motivated to achieve those things just to get a woman to notice you. It's a difference.
Caller, I would say for you, the answer, what you're saying is a yes-no answer. And I'll tell you why. Yes, on paper, what you're saying is right. But based upon your mindset, it's going to be a lie. You're just saying, you see what I'm saying? You're just saying it. You're not living it. You see, the thing is with the game, it's all about be about it. It's all about the action. Anybody can say anything that they want. I'm high value, or do I need to think this way and think that that's going to change things? The thing about men, J. Roman and K. Zaggin, they're about it. They don't even have to talk about those things. They just move. So what I'm saying to you, young man, is don't get caught up in the red pill rhetoric that you came from by hearing a word, a phrase, or a sentence and taking that sentence in and thinking, well, if I just say it, it's going to come to fruition. You see what I'm saying, young man?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm saying is that what you're saying on paper is correct, but you got to get the game. Once you learn the game, the statement is just actually going to move on its own. You don't even have to say the statement, because like what you said, like what you asked, I've never heard Zag or J. Rome ever say that, but I've seen them live that. That's the difference. You see, young man?
Caller, real quick. Caller, hold on real quick. Caller, hold on real quick. Let me just shout out the super chat. Linwood, 56 well, 50 Fitzwell, my bad. With the $5. If I had a daughter, I'd want her to be with gamed up man. Facts, yeah. All right, caller, you got it, fam.
So yeah, caller, you got anything else to say?
No, thank you for taking my call. And,
so I just want to kind of restate something that Steve said, which is very important. It's great that people kind of get the statement and can repeat the statement, but you got to start living the statement for it to be true.
Yeah.
And so you said that you were drilled when you were younger that, you know, the value is with what you have and the status and things like that. Now, you may believe it, but the twerk is, why do you want that status? Is it, if it's for you, then that's fine. But if it's to gain other stuff as far as like a woman, then that's where you run into trouble, because you shouldn't have anybody else define you but you.
Well, that, and I really want guys to understand something. When you see a woman and you say, damn, she's beautiful, she's attractive, I bet you that she gets hit on by men of means all the time. So if I want a shot at her, I got to become the man that I think she's attracted to, because I'm not that man yet. I don't have the value to get that woman yet. So let me get my money up. Let me achieve these things. And then I can get some simple chick who I don't know. I don't know nothing about this female. She just looks good to me. But just because she looks good, I automatically attach and assign value to her based on how she looks. Steve, you always say, first of all, that same woman y'all think is the bad bitch, throw her ass in a fucking pool. And when she climb out, is she still that bad bitch she was before she fell in that motherfucker?
Well, that's the thing is that books. See, they're all caller, no disrespect, and listen, there's nothing wrong with coming from book smarts. You know, if you want the luxury, you should have done well in school to articulate math, social studies, science, and history, to be able to put yourself in a better position to get a job, to make more money, to afford the luxury things that you want. But that's book smarts. We're talking about something from the street. We're talking about something that pimps, max, ballers, hustlers, players, and everybody in between we're working on, that went beyond the book. So school, a lot of y'all have a school mentality, and y'all think y'all take school and bring that into the game. But all that high value stuff is just being responsible. It's just, if you want something nice, then go out and make the money and purchase it, and you'll have it. But that is not status. But again, a lot of people in the bubble of, and again, this is how the world works, that I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it so everybody can validate me and say that I am something that I know I'm actually not.
Real quick, Afosa, a Sunday with the 111. Oh, that's a weird amount. You actually typed in 3 ones. Thank you for the $1.11 though, fam.
All right, well, caller, we appreciate the call, brother. Please call in if you have any other questions, okay, man?
Will do.
Thank you. Great call, sir. Great call. All right, lines are open, guys.
Okay, we got some questions here. Let me go.
Oh, we got another call here. Area code 819. What is your name? And can you please turn in the background? What is your name and what's your question, sir?
This is Mick.
Is your area code 819?
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, it is you.
So my name. Pardon me.
Yes, it is you. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Mokonzi, and well, first I had a statement, but also as a question. So
ask your question first, and then we'll go for the statement.
Okay, so my question first was that what do you guys? Because I have much respect for you guys, and I've learned a lot from you. So I wanted to know, what do you guys think about the drizzle? Well, not the soft era, because I don't really like the
let me ask you a
sound
question.
of that.
What do you think about sucking a dick?
I don't do that.
Well, I know you don't do that, but aren't you doing that by even thinking about drizzle?
No, I'm not thinking about it. I wanted
sir,
to make a statement.
If you're not
first.
thinking about it, you wouldn't be asking us the question. You're asking 3 grown-ass men who get pussy, what do we think about drizzle from a guy who can't get any pussy? Then I'm trying to open your eyes and see that you're asking the wrong question. You shouldn't be asking about any fucking drizzle. You should be asking about how the fuck can I be a better man? Because a drizzle is not going to make you a better man, even if we answer the fucking question.
No, I understand. It's just that some of the statements they made, it sounded like...
Okay, caller, I got you. Caller, I got you. Look, let me tell you something. Okay, if you look at Steve's name, the man mindset, my name, the return of manhood. Manhood is a skill set. We got J. Roman here, the J. Roman way. We talk about man shit, right? Everything starts with manhood shit, the foundation of what it means to be a man. Anything opposite of a man taking self-accountability and responsibility for his life is the opposite of the shit that we talk about. I could care less. Now, hold on real quick. Now, there will be times where we use this goofy bullshit on the internet to teach you guys and as an educational tool to show you guys the weakness that's out there, and we warn you guys against that bullshit, right? So and what I mean by that is this. Any advice from men or women out there that's geared towards bitterness towards the opposite sex, hatred of the opposite sex, excuses about why you have trouble with the opposite sex, it's all bullshit.
Not manhood.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. It's just that some of the points that I'm the guy who tagged you, Kezagan, on TikTok.
What is the point? What is the point? Give us a point from the drizzle that you're saying.
Yes. So the points that they made is because the first time I listened to you, Uncle Steve, with much respect, the first time I listened to you, you said that a woman she's nobody until she proves herself to you, and the only way she can do that is, first of all, does she cut your grass? Does she, does she do some things for you that you might say that, okay, she's worth my time.
Right.
And that was the first time. I remember it was, I think, 2018 that I started listening to you. So I've learned a lot, and you've changed my life. But it's just that compared to what they're saying and what you say,
you're saying that they're okay. See, the thing is, okay, I get what you're saying. Follow me.
They're getting your point.
No. Follow me on this. All right, watch this. Okay, the things they're asking for, J. Roman gets without asking. The things they're asking for, K. Zagan gets without asking. You don't have to ask. They are willing to do it for free. It's like going to an expensive store. If you got to ask how much it costs, you can't afford it. So,
you can't afford it.
Right. So you have guys who have no standard, no mouthpiece. They have nothing going for themselves, but they're making all these demands that they're saying that you've got to do all these things for me, but they have nothing in return to give to the woman or an incentive for the woman to actually do those things. Men give women incentive to move. That's why you'll never hear a J. Roman or a K. Zagan video saying, hey, I'm J. Roman and I'm K. Zagan. You need to go ahead and pay for my barbershop. You need to buy me this and you need to buy me that. You'll never hear a real man say that, because behind scenes, they're doing it for free, sir. Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense. Well, that's just so the difference is that as men, we don't ask for things. Things are done for us without us having to ask.
Oh,
right?
So caller, real quick. A couple of things. Number one, you don't have to ask a woman for anything. You just instruct her as to what's required. There's a big difference. Yes. See, instruct her as to what's required is assertive. Asking is passive. When I tell you guys hashtag her debit card works too, I didn't get that from the internet. The reason why I say hashtag her debit card works too, That's me telling you guys, I've been a witness to women swiping that motherfucker in my physical presence many a times. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
Wait, check, caller. Let me explain what he's saying. Okay. The only reason he's saying that, because what y'all don't understand, is that only time you say it is when women say, well, you stopped talking to me. I don't hear from you much. Did I do something wrong? Tell me what can I do and be to get back into your good graces. Then at that point, yes, you can instruct her. But see, that's the difference. None of the women are asking those guys, what do I need to be? Because they actually don't give a fuck what they're saying. Because the women know that these guys ain't fucking.
No, well, that's just, I wanted to get some clarification. So the difference is just that, like Uncle Zagan said, you just have to, it's like instruct, but you're not asking. But with them,
okay.
Yeah, for me, I'm not gonna. I missed some of the stuff, but I'm gonna just tell you from what I heard. I don't need to instruct you when we're just hanging out and we're just doing some things. I need to see certain things. I'm not even gonna tell you what I'm looking for, because the way I treat you, you're gonna treat me. Because I'm gonna lead by example in all factors. So I don't play with my time. I don't play on the phone. If I want to talk to you, I call you. If I don't, I don't. That's just how it goes. Now, if I go out and I do pay for something, or I do, we do have a good time, sooner or later, I'm expecting you to return that favor because you want to, not because I demanded it, because you want my time, you want my energy, you want me around. And so you might invite me over for a lunch. You might invite me over for a dinner. You might invite me for something you prepared. It didn't take money. You didn't have to swipe the card, even though you can. But whatever is your statement to me. I didn't demand it, but it's something that was needed for this to continue. Because if it didn't happen, then I know you're not the one for me, because you're not listening to my lead. Because my lead was, when we went out, it wasn't something you had to argue about. It wasn't something that she had to demand. It's because of what I wanted to do. So show me what you want to do with me. And if you don't want to do anything unless it includes me swiping, then you're not the one for me.
Let me say this, and I want guys to understand the difference. Okay, when the majority of the time that a man spends money on a woman, it's to get some pussy. The majority of the time that a woman spends money on a man is because she values that man and she wants that man to look at her as someone else. I mean, someone other than he could just fuck. She sees value there, so she wants to reciprocate value. Men and women spend money on each other for different reasons. That's the point I'm trying to make.
No, that I agree. I definitely agree.
And all those dudes with this, because I don't like to say it twice, because it just sounds too feminine for me with these drizzle movements. I'll just say it once. Saying it twice just sounds too feminine to me. They gave up on manhood. They gave up on manhood. And game shields you, mentally shields you, and toughens you, and gives you a certain focus for yourself in life that you don't give up on things. And you could tell. So any dude talking about this soft air and things, basically what they said is, I give up. I've been beaten up with no record, with nothing I can give back. I can't give anything but this demand. And it's usually people demanding stuff is usually demanding from the bottom, right? Not from the top too much. So my thing is, here they are demanding something, and they gave up on manhood because their whole list and everything they say, it don't sound manly at all. Nothing about it sounds manly.
I'll do you one better. Hold on real quick. I'll do you one better. What I see a lot of on the internet is people talking about what they deserve. And let me say this about what you motherfuckers deserve. Both men and women. I'm talking to both y'all. If you got to say you deserve something, you ain't worthy of it.
I meant to say deserve instead of demand. So
But if you got to say when people say, oh, I deserve love, I deserve respect. If you got to say you deserve something, you're not worthy of it. Because if you were, you would have been getting it. You would have been getting it. Because people would have saw the value a long time ago, and you would have got that shit you claim you deserve. Y'all got it.
I was talking to a young lady at work, and we were, she the one who brought up this soft guy era thing to me. And I said, oh, okay. And she goes, all that's going to do is make me more aggressive. And I said, oh, okay. So more aggressiveness. Okay, cool. If you really think about it, the response to women being aggressive was for the men to go soft. They went flaccid. Like they just gave up on manhood, period. And that's it. Come on. When is that something you want to follow? Let's just be honest, fellas. And I'm not talking to you, caller, but just to everybody that's listening, because somebody listening believing that drizzle stuff. Really think about that. Is that what you want to follow?
No. So my question is, okay, so where can we stand? Well, I know me, obviously, listening to you guys, I know where I stand.
Where do you stand at, caller? I'm more interested in where you stand at.
Yeah, you're lying. Caller, you're lying right now. And caller, you say you've been listening to me since 2018.
Correct.
When have you ever fucking heard me say worry about the next man, talk about the next man, or think about the next man? When have you ever heard me say? So then why the fuck are you doing it now? Then why are you doing it now?
Oh, no, I don't mean no disrespect.
No,
I wanted some clarification.
But you just said, okay, your clarification is about other men, not you.
No, it's okay. So where I thought where the confusion came, well, not really confusion, but it's just that they were saying some stuff that it was aligned to what you said before. Don't just fall in love with the beauty, with the makeup, with who she is. Like she has to. Like beauty.
Let me do something. Let me do you a favor, right? Let me do you a favor. So, hey, caller, what's your name again?
My name is Mokonzi.
Mokonzi. Okay, let me do you a favor, man. We're gonna sum this up, and you're gonna end this great. What do you think?
Well, what I think is, what I think is that as long as a woman does what I require her to do, she's following my lead, and she's on my program, then that's what it is.
Okay.
You don't have a program. Go ahead.
And shout out to you guys, because that's where I landed from.
Okay. Okay. So there you go. Now, I'm only gonna say this. You've been listening to Steve, and I'm quite sure, I don't want to speak for Steve. He's here, so he can correct me if I'm wrong. It's great what you're saying, but what you should have learned is to move on your own accord as a man for yourself.
And he's not.
So you wouldn't want our confirmation on how you're thinking. You should automatically know what you're thinking. And once you know that, you're no longer concerned about what other people think.
Exactly.
So my thing is this. You said a lot of great things
on paper,
and you're on the path, right? You need some clarification for that path. Then you already know what we think about some drizzle, right? Like I think you can look and already know that ain't something that they'll be with. Okay. So now, do you really need clarification?
Well, for me, again, it was just that these guys, they're talking about things that Kez can say, that Uncle Steve can say.
If it was said in 2018 what they're saying today, then why are you listening to them?
No, again, I'm on TikTok, so obviously videos gonna come up, right? Things gonna come in my page.
Caller, real quick, okay, because we're going round and around. All right. First and foremost, just like we tell you guys, when women get on the internet and they have all these dating preferences about what they want, you don't listen to nothing women say publicly. Okay, they're allowed to have their dating preferences. They can want what they want. What a woman wants ain't got shit to do with me. It's none of my business. What a man wants from a woman ain't my business either. Okay, I could care less. Now, real quick, right? Because someone said it in the chat that this whole drizzle shit is all satire. Let me say this about jokes and humor. There's a little truth in every joke. Here's the real problem. Here's the real problem. What guys have done, okay, in this day and age, is they act like they're fucking victims. So what they do is they compare themselves to women all the fucking time. So when women say shit like, "Oh, I want this," or "I want that," guys all goddamn day, us too. What about us? What about us? Women suck a dick. Are you gonna suck one? Women gargle nuts. Are you gonna gargle a pair? I mean, so my problem, and I'm not talking about you, caller, specifically, but what I'm saying is we've gotten to a point where guys keep trying to mirror women. It used to be a time where women mirrored men. They took their marching orders from their fucking men. Now you got guys mirroring women like a bunch of bitches. Women, I'm not calling you bitches. I'm just saying that's a term of endearment, bitches. Anyway, y'all got it, man.
Protector. What do you mean handle? Or who gives? Okay, let me explain some protector. Knock two birds with one stone. Why do y'all give a fuck? It doesn't make any sense. The woman can say sprinkle, sprinkle. She can say, I deserve $1 million. She can say, I want a 7-foot tall giant that can float on air. What if you have game? What business is it of yours unless you feel so insecure, so feminine, and you have such a low self-worth in how these feminine qualities and traits that you are moved by what a woman says to a point where you feel like, even if it's satire or not, men don't play that way. We ain't got time to joke that way.
No.
So
I don't even know what sprinkle is. I don't even know what that is.
I don't follow none of that shit.
Yeah, it's just some woman saying that's how it started because the woman was saying some stuff like that.
Oh,
let me say this. Let me say this to all the men listening now and all the men that are gonna listen on the upload.
Jesus Christ.
Do y'all want to know how to bypass all of this bullshit? Where you ain't never got to worry about what the fuck women say and or do on the internet. All you got to do is real simple. Is deal with women strictly on your terms. That's all you got to do. Don't make any concessions for them. No accommodations. Don't compromise shit. Don't sacrifice shit. That's all you got to do.
All right, caller, we'll throw you back in. Thank you for the call, buddy. Okay.
Just a second, please. Yeah. So, hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we can hear you. You got your second.
Yeah. So before I leave, I wanted to know. So the best way for me to actually go on forward with this is I shouldn't be able to give a fuck about what anybody else is saying, as women or men.
What
right?
if I said to you in 2018? And I'm gonna say right now, y'all, I don't understand you humans. You're like spitting in my face. You got the nerve to ask
I don't mean that.
You got the nerve to
So now what you need to do, okay? Because bottom line is you know a lot of what to do. Now it's time for you to start implementing what to do.
Paper. Like say Roman, all he is on paper. You fake, dog.
You understand what I'm saying now? Start implementing what to do.
No, Uncle Steve and Kezagan, you guys have actually helped me, and that means helped me. Because everything you guys say is, I just do that. I don't.
Listen, caller.
I know.
Listen, caller.
You guys say it is fucked because I've tried it and I do it.
Caller.
So,
listen to me.
Yeah.
Now it's time for you to help you. It's time for you to take the reins and implement all the stuff you've learned, all the stuff you said that helped you, and start really implementing it in your life. It's time for you to help you, and then after a while, you'll be looking at this show, and you automatically kind of know what we're going to say because game is universal. Game just runs through it. We might say it differently, we might approach it differently, but bottom line is we ain't falling for that foolery. So, like, you know what to do, man. Just start implementing it. It's time for you to help you out just as much as Steve or Zag helped you out. It's time for you to help yourself out and say, you know what, we're gonna start implementing this stuff.
All right, young man, we'll throw you back in. Thank you for the
No,
call.
Steve, I want to thank you, Kezagin, and also J. Roman. Thank you guys, but Steve,
nope, I
thank
failed
you.
you. Don't thank
I'm
me.
not
I failed you. I failed you. I failed you.
No, you did not fail me. You've changed my life.
Okay, show him you changed it. No more words, all action. That's all we need to see.
I failed you, man.
All action, man. All action.
All right, man. We'll throw you back in, dog. All right, man. Nah, man. Nah, you can't. My people don't talk that way, dog.
Yeah. The fact that you
He just
called
wanted
up
some
and asked
confirmation, man.
Hey, no, Steve's making a point. The fact that he called up and asked that shit. Eric Bird with the $2, got males out here wearing bonnets. Bro, it's all, look, let me tell y'all something. Because I love how people, like, they try to act like feminism and all this shit has thwarted masculinity and manhood. No. Manhood and masculinity has been attacked from within. Okay, it has been. Look, I don't know if y'all remember that movie, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah,
with the pods and shit.
That was in the 70s.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know anything about the movie Invasion of the Body Snatchers, that's exactly what happened to masculinity. You have these males who have infiltrated manhood, and they have watered the shit down. They have diluted manhood. All of this shit, the passport bros, high value man bullshit, MGTOW, red pill, all of this goofy shit. You have a bunch of dudes who have basically diluted the brand of manhood and masculinity and is fucking it up. And is teaching these young men how to behave like a bunch of bitches, crying and whining about what the fuck women are doing. Since when did men cry about the help? Women, your helpmates, by the way. Since when did men cry about the help? You're a leader. You don't cry about the people that's following you. You don't cry and whine about that.
Can we tell Darren to call in? Because this motherfucker's starting to piss me off with that bitch ass shit he's saying. Darren, why don't you call in, man? Asking that. Fuck, man. I hate these motherfuckers. Like, man, fuck.
Yeah. See, I be understanding these damn guys, right? They always want to lighten up a room with comedy. They always want to lighten up a room with comedy because they're the guys that when a girl is staring them right in the face, when they have that opportunity to look at her and say, "Yeah, you heard what I said," right? You know that moment where they look at you and you can cower down from what you said in her ear because finally your nuts drop and you was like, "Hey, I want to take you back home and smash that." And then she looks at you in the face and then you just smile. Oh, I was just playing. See, that's the Darren guy right there. He always trying to make these moments comedian moments. You know, when he don't really believe it. Call in, Darren.
Please call in.
Let me say this to TB. You're gonna have to go back and watch the beginning. We're not about to start the show over for you, bro.
Or you call in. You call in and ask a question.
Or you can call in. Look, guys, if you want to call in, you will be at the front of the line for your question. We will give you the floor. We would look for the first time in your life. We'll make you a priority because we know these bitches don't. So, but we will make you a priority if you call in.
It doesn't make sense to thinking of these guys. I mean, look at Omar AB. What is your definition of a soft man? You motherfucker. You know what you're. Why do you ask what you know you are? I don't understand. You know you're soft. He knows. Why Roman? Why would you ask the question knowing you are a soft motherfucker? You're the definition, motherfucker. Why would you even? It doesn't
call in for the and what can I do today to be a better man? There got to be a lot of reference back there on what you're doing because you might be doing a lot of things to be a better man, but your mentality is what's actually changing it. See, a lot of times the mentality changes a lot of things. So you could be doing some great things in your life.
Hey, this is some real shit because he's talking about guys thinking that wearing bedroom shit in public is acceptable. Well, I don't care if you're a man or a woman.
Yeah,
you're number one wearing about. Look, I see dudes wearing pajama pants out in public. I literally see guys wearing pajama pants out in public. Look, let me tell y'all something. When I say to you ladies, this is why you got to share us. Look, number one, women outnumber men to begin with. But when you look at the bitch assness and the fucking dating pool that's out there for women and the fact that there's slim pickings out there, that there aren't really men out there like that, y'all have no other choice but to share real motherfuckers. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
They can be helped. Gentlemen, you can be helped. It's just you have actually have to be honest with yourself. This is, see, the thing is, again, y'all, as I said earlier, Rome said it, and Zach touched on it. Game is what game does. And for all you guys listening to this show right now who have the opportunity, keyword opportunity, to talk to 3 motherfucking sharks so y'all can get in the neighborhood, not be us, but get in our neighborhood, and you would rather sit on the fucking sideline and bird watch, shows what you actually are. Because the real ones, they're going to, listen, and I will give credit, Roman and Zach, to the young men that called in, even though we were hard on you guys, y'all had more balls than most of these motherfuckers in here, because at least you had the balls to call in and ask questions and get understanding. But most of the other guys is just, y'all just want to sit on the sideline and think that y'all gonna be a man by just listening to this shit. That's all I want to say. But you got it, Zach.
So let me say this. So Darren Colombo, he's the one that asked that goofy ass question. He says, if I know I hate myself, Steve always asks you motherfuckers, why do you hate yourself? A lot of y'all actually do. This is not even no joke. A lot of y'all are the epitome of self-hate. Hate myself. Why can't I just choose to not hate myself? Okay, he's an idiot. This guy's an idiot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Y'all again, on paper, gentlemen, I can say I'm a pirate. But until you see me with a patch, a fucking boat, and a parrot on my shoulder, and one of my legs cut off with a wooden stick, I ain't no fucking pirate. Gentlemen, y'all are too busy writing things on paper, coming up with these words, analogies, and phrases, knowing that you're living a lie. You can say whatever you want, but if you're not gamed up or is not lined up in your actions, then you're living a fantasy or a daydream when you say the silly shit that you guys say. Because what did I say, Zach? We're already in the 4th month, 27th day, and they look at how many days they've wasted. They already wasted 4 months. 4 months wasted when that fucking ball laid, came down for 10 seconds. Y'all motherfuckers said 4 months and 27 days or 28 days ago, I'm going to change. And y'all are still the same motherfuckers. We got to call area code 603. What's your name, sir? And what's your question?
Chris, and I have a situation.
Yes, Chris.
Question.
Go ahead.
So I was at the gym. It was outside, and it was like sundown pretty much. And I'm working out, and I'm pumped. And then these 2 like white girls came up, and they started basically. I mean, there's plenty of room for them to be stretching, but they started basically stretching.
Chris,
dead in front of me.
Questions start with who, what, when, where, how, or why. Don't give us the story unless we ask. What's your question?
Understood.
And then we'll add. Then if we need more detail, we'll ask. What's your question, buddy?
Understood. I guess I don't really have a question. I guess my question would be,
what the fuck? You just said you had a question.
You got a question. It's just hard for you to ask it without explaining it.
Yeah,
so
relax.
Just ask the question.
Yeah,
and then we'll ask for more details. You can get it out. So
you got it.
So what's the question? Do these? Why did they do that in front of you? Right.
If a chick is deliberately stretching in front of me, how do I escalate the situation?
There's no such thing as escalation. That's a pickup artist word back in the 90s that somebody used that tried to steal from black people. So please stop using that shit ass words.
Wait. My bad, Steve. Go ahead, fam. You got it.
Yeah, number 2, the question I want to ask you, sir, are you going to the gym to look at ass and watch women stretch? Or are you there to lift that bullshit ass iron because you got so many fucked up ass insecurities you think having muscle is going to cure you? So which one is it, sir?
Honestly, I was just there lifting weights.
So then if you're there lifting weights, then why don't you focus on what you're doing? What does it matter if he's stretching out? You ain't going to do nothing anyway. Why do you care?
So
that's true.
Caller. So this is what you're saying with what you're asking. You're saying I'm easily distracted from whatever my purpose is by ass. I have no discipline, right? And this is what I mean by that. If you were really that dude, if you happened to see a woman you were interested in, you'll just holler at her. I'm sure you saw that girl before. But for whatever reason, you had nothing to say to her. But all of a sudden, when she bends over, now you want to have a conversation.
So much for lifting those weights. See, that's why I told y'all guys. See, I keep telling you, going to the gym is a mental block with a lot of you guys. Now, if you're an athlete, yes. But you're going to the gym because you're like a woman that's bulimic. You're looking in the mirror and you're seeing something wrong with your body. You think that if I augment my body, things are going to change. You see what I'm saying? Protractor, whatever your name is, you asked them bitch ass questions. So you're part of the problem too. And you calling Chris, what are you going to the gym for?
Honestly, just fix imbalances, pretty much.
Okay, what imbalances? You're the only you in this world. So what's imbalanced about you if you're the only you in the world? What's imbalanced?
Well, just I want a bigger chest, pretty much.
For who? Yeah, but right. Why? But why? Let's keep it a buck. You want to do it because you.
Well, I'm in the military, so it's just kind of mandatory in a way, and
to work out in the military wasn't mandatory for me. Jim, Zach, you were in the military. Was it mandatory for us to go to the gym?
No.
Well, I mean, like it's like.
Do you like working out? The point is, do you like working out?
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so the thing is, bottom line, are you working out to be healthy, to gain muscle for you, or are you doing it to attract women?
No, I'm doing it for myself.
Okay, so they interrupted your time, right? So you should look at it like that. Like, I'm sitting here working out, they bending over in front of me, interrupted my time. I'm not going to worry about that. Let me get finished with my workout for my health, for something I like to do, and then to roll on. See, what happens is, this is what happens to a lot of guys that go to the gym. And this is where you can tell the guys that really go to the gym for themselves, or they go just to look good to get a woman, right? Because they'll be going to a gym and then they'll get a woman. And then they'll stop going to the gym because they got the woman.
So they can spend time with their woman. Yep.
Then when the woman breaks up with them, they go back to the gym, be creepy, until they can get another woman. And then they'll go a little bit longer, then they'll stop going to the gym. And that's the difference. The thing is, if this is something that you want to do, that you like to do, and you're committed to doing it, then this shouldn't be a question. It just shouldn't be a question because you weren't worried about them. Who cares if they were bending over? Who cares if they was talking forever? The thing I get mad at when I go to the gym is that the lady that's sitting on the fucking machine that won't get off, but is talking on the phone or talking to her girlfriend because she's holding up my last workout.
Right.
That's the only time I recognize them in the gym. Besides that, move on.
Yeah,
like,
Chris,
go ahead.
Chris,
Steve.
you want to talk to the woman?
I mean, like you guys are saying, I'm working out, but when she's stretching, yes, I did.
Okay. So see, this is my point. See, guys, we undefeated with this shit. So why didn't you just talk to the bitch then? Because you want to know why, Chris? Because just like what motherfucking Uncle Roman just said, you ain't there for the weightlifting. You there for the bitches, but you just don't know what to say to them. And you think your little popped up ass chest is going to be enough to get by because somebody on the internet told you to go to the gym and work out to get women. And now that one is in front of you, why didn't you get off your lazy ass and go talk to her if you wanted to talk to her?
So your chest ain't big enough yet. You got a couple more months to go to build up your pecs. Then you'll holler.
Yeah, so why are you so scared, dog? Why are you scared?
Honestly, I would have been just falling for the trap pretty much. I mean,
do you even say hi to the women at the gym?
For a reason.
Do you even say hi to them at the gym? Like not look you up and down high, but just like, hey, how you doing?
What's the trap though? What's the trap?
So you don't even say hi to them, but you want to get at them.
Trying to get my attention. So
okay, wait a second. What is wrong with saying, excuse me, I can't really see, maybe the TV's in front of you or something, and introduce yourself and let her know, look, I'm in my workout right now. I really can't talk to you. Here's my number. Give me a call later on, and we'll go from there and get back to your routine.
Good point.
See that? So, hey, I do have a gym. I tell you, the mental gym. That's what we always teach you. The greatest gym that you could go to is your mental gym, which you motherfuckers don't even know.
Protractor, whatever your name is. Call in.
You know he won't. He ain't got the balls to do that. But anyway,
I love the way you guys would listen and see stuff, and then you don't really hear it. We never said don't go to the gym. We never said don't work out. We never said don't be about your health. Never said don't build muscles. We said it's the mentality behind it.
Thank you.
So let's check your mentality behind your statements. Your statements of mentality is not to clear up or clarify. Your statements is just to throw in a little monkey wrench into whatever we're saying because you're just a hater on here. You're not learning nothing. You're just in a space to hate. And let's just be honest about it. If you're a hater, go ahead and be protector hater or name yourself whatever you really are and rock like that. I'd rather you just tell me up front, I'm going to be a hater instead of asking lame ass questions for no reason.
So Chris, real quick, Chris, so what do you want to know? What did you want to know from this phone call?
Well, what I wanted to know is probably just a fantasy I put in my head, so it's probably not even really
good. Honesty. What's the fantasy?
Yeah.
What's the fantasy?
I mean, it's like we're outside. It's an outside like area gym, and it's about to be night, and this is basically like a place where people actually kind of get it on, you know, behind some type of situation. So here I am working out, and then this happens, and I'm working out, but it's right in my face, and I'm like, okay, but maybe I can make this situation happen.
But you can't because you got it on paper. That's what I'm saying. That's what the whole thing is. Everything y'all doing is on paper. You ain't standing on it because you are not you don't have any game. And somebody told you, let's be honest, somebody told you, they touched you in between your legs and told you to go to the gym and work out, and women are going to just flock to you like flies on shit. And you believe that bullshit, dog.
Hey, do you think them two girls was in discussion and said, hey, let's go stretch in front of that guy right there. Let's stretch it out. And you know what? I want him to look at me. So were you in your head saying, man, out of all the areas they could have stretched in, why they come and stretch in front of me?
I'm gonna be honest. At first, no. But then as it got prolonged, yeah.
So Chris, was it were they giving you choosing signals, fam?
Yes. But look, at the end of the day.
Did they look back at you when you were stretching? Did they bend over and look back? That's all I want to know. Honestly, I want to know. Did they stretch? Did they bend down?
Okay, it wasn't that far. Now I wouldn't say it's that far.
Then, so
oh well, then they was just stretching, my man.
They stretching. No, they weren't thinking about you. But they were thinking about them, and you didn't even do nothing about it.
And if they was, you didn't do nothing about it. So
what it tells me,
I guess I could have just really said what to introduce myself.
Caller, this is what that tells me. Be honest. You been saw this woman before, and you said to yourself, "I would hit that," right?
First time situation.
First time season. Okay, first time situation. All right.
All right.
Oh.
Hey. See, this is another thing that game really teach you. Every moment ain't the moment. Every time ain't the time. You gotta fit how I like to do things, right? So if I'm working at the gym, that ain't my spot. I don't like to get at people at the gym. I don't. Now, have I got at people at the gym? Yeah, and we had some beautiful times, but it's not my normality. Like I don't go to the gym just to get at a woman. The thing is that you got to know I'm working out, I'm doing my thing. She with her homegirl stretching right there. It might not be your time right now because you couldn't even think of nothing to say. You don't. In fact, I don't know how you go from 0 to 100. You don't even speak to women at the gym.
Look,
you don't even talk to them you don't even say hello or hi. So you're not even gonna go from you go to no hi to hey, what's up? Can I make this fantasy happen? Come on, man. You gotta be a little more comfortable than that.
I'm glad you said that, J. Roman. Caller, listen, and I want you to listen. All the other guys to listen. This is how you know you motherfuckers don't like women. Because the only time you talk to a woman is when you want to fuck her. Y'all should be when you see a woman walking down the street and y'all guys cross each other's path. What's wrong with telling her good morning? How you doing, man? She's an older chick.
Right.
Y'all can't even have a regular conversation with a woman unless she turn you on sexually. And I'm gonna tell you this. This is why you guys don't know how to talk to women. Because the only time you talk to them is when they turn you on and you want to fuck.
Yeah. You know, caller, why I don't like talking to women, caller? even if I go to the gym and walk on an elliptical or I'm at the grocery store, you know why I try to avoid women? Because when you have game, you know that as soon as I open my motherfucking mouth, we gonna connect. I'm gonna hit it, not hit, get sex. That I'm gonna be so alluring to her and so charismatic. She's gonna want to continue that. And sometimes we just don't want to do that. Sometimes, see, I keep telling you, sometimes we just want to be left alone. Sometimes we just want to go to the store, get our cereal or get whatever we want, and we don't want to talk to women because we know the moment we start talking to a woman, it's going to end up in, well, here's my number. Let's continue this conversation. That's when you have game. But see, you don't understand that, dog. You could be at the gym working out like, you know what? I'm not even going to open my mouth because I know if I say something to these women, I know I'm going to get one of them. But you ain't that guy yet, man, because you ain't game to fuck up.
Steve, this is why when at work, I don't like when chicks be talking about sex, I don't like getting into their conversation because if I get into their conversation, Steve, like you said, one of them going to try to fuck a nigga and I don't want to do that. Because I know myself.
I just avoid it a lot. I avoided the whole path.
Man, I don't believe you. We avoid it, dog. I'm telling y'all, we avoid it. Because we know how this thing can end up. This ain't gonna end up. Somebody gonna be fucking. It ain't gonna be y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna tell you the gym person, right? I'm gonna tell you this gym person. Okay. So you want the question? Here it is. About getting people at the gym. One, you're gonna have to be the friendly guy at the gym. I ain't the friendly guy at the gym. I come to work out. So the friendly guy at the gym is at the gym quite a bit. He pretty much knows and talks to the trainer. He talks to everybody. So then you talking to a woman is not that strange. Because that person kind of talks to everybody at the gym. And then because you can talk to them and it's not that strange that you're talking to them, then you probably could tell something in their ear. But you're going to have to still judge the time. It's still going to have to be the timing and whatever. You know, that's just what game is about. You're going to have to know what it is. I am not a gym guy. That is not my personality to be at the gym, to be cool with the trainer and everybody check it in. And they treat me like Norm coming into Cheers. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jay Roman. Like, that's not me, right? So, you know, but I've noticed for the guys that do that are the hey, what's up? They talk to everybody at the gym. Now, I'm not saying they're getting the women, but I'm saying for them to talk to a woman is not something uneasy for them. They can just go up and talk to them. Now, if that's your personality, then cool. If not, it's going to be phony and it's going to be weird if you do that.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
Hey, check it out. They don't understand how marks work, how gym marks work. So if I own a gym, first thing I'm gonna hire is a bad looking, tight body bitch to be right in the front to tell all them fucking losers who have insecurity to get your photo on every guy. Like you said, hey, how you doing, Mr. Chris, today? Hi, Chris, how are you doing? My God, Chris, you're looking nice tonight. Well, you know what we have? And then let's go ahead and sell the memberships to these motherfuckers because you motherfuckers think that these women actually like you bitches. And they just they using you because they know y'all are a bunch of dumbass motherfuckers that think you're special. And that's how they get y'all on memberships and shit. All they do is plant women. They can plant women as well. They can plant a woman in there. You know, hey, Marcy, I'm a hire you for about 30 minutes. What I want you to do is I want you to wear something tight. Then I want you to go in the gym, act like you're working out, and I just want you to speak to some of the guys in there so they can feel, because they a bunch of dumbasses, like they actually doing something to keep them in the gym. See, y'all don't know there's game. See, there's so many levels of game that y'all don't even see that y'all are marked, because most of y'all are there for the pussy or the recognition or the validation from your other butt buddies when y'all sitting around just stretching your fucking muscles in front of each other and shit like that, man. Yeah, y'all are marks.
Let me say this real quick. Hold on, caller. Let me say this real quick. Student of the game. I will be very interested if you call up for him because he says I'm not the friendly guy anywhere. I'm not overly friendly either. I'm not conversing just because. Look, I want you young niggas to understand something. And student of the game, I don't know, you know how you are with women and all of that, but for the young dudes watching, let me tell y'all something. Nobody's asking you to approach just a random woman and start having a conversation. That's not what I'm saying. Me personally, right? Me personally, if a woman is in my vicinity, like if I'm at the grocery store or dumping off the dry cleaning, I'm gonna have a conversation with the woman, right? And me, I'm naturally a flirtatious man, so I'm always sharp. I'm always keeping my shit sharp. Like even when you guys get into these long-term relationships with women, for you guys that are Mr. Monogamous, you should always keep, you know what I'm saying, your conversation game up. Always. Because one day you might be single. That's all I'm saying.
It's in the game. I just want to say to you real quick, and then we got respect for you, but dog, I'm gonna show you how you dirty macking, and you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck. We all know that when you go to a gym, you should not have a shirt off, your t-shirt off. So what you did was you got with your friend, and you took off your little shirt to show your little body off and told your little butt buddy friend to take a photo of you like you're doing something in the gym. And this is why you're dirty macking, because you're standing on what you think is valuable because you have a chiseled body. That's not game, sir. So if you had game, why don't you put a shirt on and stand on who the fuck you are and take that shit down, dog? That's that. Look, I'm just saying to you, young man, you're showing the women you're a mark, and you're showing the women out there that you know what, that they can run game on you. That's all I'm saying, young man. Okay, all right. So I'm just letting you know. But Carla, we'll throw you back in, Chris. All right, we got to continue. All right, thank you, Chris, for the call, brother. Thank you. All right, guys, lines are open. Student game. Hope you call in as asked, and Protractor, whatever, if he's still around, can ask what you got, Zach.
Y'all better call in because we're not gonna be here too much longer. You know what I'm saying? We do got about maybe a few more minutes. So y'all better call in.
Yeah. It just kind of cracks me up that the levels to the game.
I know, man.
It's so, and that's why I think, like, when I look at K-Zag, I look at you, Steve's, Miles, all right, like, you guys have been on this, that some of their questions are so at the bottom level of the game, right? And it's very hard to answer because we haven't even thrown in the nuances of individuality. I can't say some things you could say.
Yes, we got anonymous call. Anonymous, what's your name? Where you calling from, sir?
Elvis stole from Big Mama Thornton Dean, just like they stole that game stuff you were just talking about.
Sir,
dude. The white guys are stealing everything, dude. Elvis.
Okay,
Elvis.
All right, that's what you call it. Anyway, so I'm sorry, Roman. I didn't mean to interrupt you. We're talking to Roman. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, there's certain things you can say I can't say because it's not my personality. I mean, part of the game is the individuality brings in your own personality and makes you cool with that, no matter what. I'm a bigger dude. Pool parties ain't my thing. I ain't taking my shirt off. I ain't saying I'm ugly. I'm just saying that, hey, it ain't my style at a pool party, right? Somebody else can, and I don't hate on that at a pool party. You want to take your shirt off and act like that? Cool. But I tell you what's up though?
No, but hey, this is what we always tell you. You know the ones that are real when you see them offline and then you meet them in person.
Right.
And if they don't act the same way, then you can always tell, bro. You see what I'm saying? And you know why Jay Roman is saying that he don't have to do that at a pool party? Because when I saw that motherfucker, because I spent time with my dog Rome in Vegas. When we went to that motherfucking cigar bar, well, it took a while to get there. We had to get on the camera and shit. But when we got to that cigar bar, I turned to my right and I saw, like in a cartoon, the smoke of J. Rome, because he went his way. 50 went that way. I went that way. And we damn didn't see each other until it was time to go. And every time I would glance, J. Rome was talking that shit in the woman's ear over here. He was over talking to the bitch at the DJ. He was talking to. So I'm telling y'all, man, you'll know the real ones because the real ones are exactly the same way they are offline as they are online. And Zach, we haven't met yet, but I know you're a real one. Rome and I had a good time in Vegas, man. But no, you got it, man.
All right, let me get this question.
Hold on, just for a fact on Vegas, since you brought it up, the guys that met us out in Vegas was looking at Dean like sitting there almost like we was commentating on a play and asking me like, how did he do that?
Oh yeah.
How did he do that? How did he do that, and they were amazed in public to see it. Like, oh no, everything is backed up, and that's the receipt right there. So, you know.
All right, so let me read these super chats right quick.
Okay.
Brandon Alexander King with the 1999. Here's the guys trying to. Well, you gotta. Grammarly is your friend, guys. Here's the guys trying to work out for women in the gym. Why is it that guys that work out at home, in prison, or work out by themselves at the park without women get real results, while the guys at the gym don't get buff? Because they're distracted by pussy. That's why. LeBron with the $20. Shout out to you fellas. Let me go back to this right here though. So Jai Style says, why is it such a big deal to not compliment women freely? When I approach women in any non-threatening manner, is it not the same thing?
I'm the compliment. I'm sorry. Okay, I get. Let me just say this real quick for me, and if I throw it to the fellas, I'm sorry. I'm beautiful. I'm desirable. I'm sexy. I'm the compliment. I am the opportunity. So why the fuck would I walk up to a complete stranger who has done nothing to show beauty? Because remember, game is what game does. As I'm repeating, like I sound like a parrot in a broken record. Beauty is what beauty does. Sexy is what sexy does. And desirable is what desirable does. So I ask you, Ja, what has that woman done that you just walked up on that was desirable, beautiful, or sexy other than know how to put on her makeup, find the perfect push-up bra, and the right tight clothes to fit her body? What the fuck has she done, sir?
Let me say this. Okay, first and foremost, I want guys to understand.
Fuck.
Understand context. I don't have a problem with anybody complimenting a woman. What I've told you guys is stay away.
Yeah, we got a call. Area code 513, sir. What's your name? What's your question?
What up, Steve? This is Chris, age 40,
Cincinnati,
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Sir.
What's up, Steve? What's up, Jay Ronan?
Hey, sir, can you get off your speaker, please? Because it's really distorted and you sound far away. Could you do that, please?
Oh, yeah, I got on my
your Bluetooth. You probably got Bluetooth on.
My AirPods.
Yeah. It's probably an iPhone situation. If you can fix that.
Yeah, we're actually saving your eardrums because you're gonna start bleeding from the ear in a minute with them.
Stop! You guys better stop. I'm perfectly fine. I'm doing great.
Okay, now you sound better.
Okay, what's going on? What's your question?
Yes, my name is. I was one of the guys out in Las Vegas with Mr. Jay Ronan and Steve D. Williams, and it was great to see these guys in person do their thing. And these guys have game. These guys aren't some people on YouTube. These guys actually have game, and it was great to see that.
There you go. That's your testimonials, guys. For you guys looking for receipts, testimonial right there.
Yeah, Big Dog, did you have a question?
No. I just wanted to make that. I just wanted to say that. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Appreciate you, fam. Right.
Cool. Since Vegas, did you go to the whole thing in Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay. Since Vegas, how's life going for you?
How they talk? Yeah. Go ahead.
I said, since Vegas, how's life going for you?
It's been great, man. I've just been living life and doing my thing. Thanks to you guys for just showing us the game in actual real time, man. You know.
All right, cool. All right, man.
We appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much, man. Thank you for the kind words, brother.
Thank you. See ya.
Okay.
I'm out.
All right, bro. Take care of yourself. Enjoy your weekend. All right. So real quick, me personally, I don't have no problem with y'all complimenting women. My thing that I tell you guys to stop doing is stop telling women that they're beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful. You're so gorgeous. You're fine. Stop telling women that shit. Okay. My thing is the fact that you're talking to her, she already knows that you are attracted to her. So it's kind of like you show up at a car lot and you be like, hey, I'm here to buy a car. No shit. We see you walking around a lot looking. No shit, you're here to buy a car. Right? So you don't have to say something that's obvious. That's all I'm saying. I got it.
With me and complimenting women, I don't. It's kind of a twofold thing for me. I don't. If I'm sitting there talking to a woman, it'll be a long time before she gets just that compliment. But if I see something, you know, I like to say, hey, good hair day. If I see a good hair day or a nice dress, nice shoes or something, but it's always in passing. Like by the time they look down to see what I said, I'm already gone. Like it's not to compliment. It's not the compliment for me to try to get something from her. It's just that when I turned the corner and I seen it, I was like, oh, that's some pretty fresh shoes, you know, and that's it.
Steve.
Okay. So let me explain to y'all what Jay Roman said, because it might went over your head. See, Jay Roman can give compliments away because he's not using them to try to get pussy.
That's the fucking point of it all, right there.
He's actually just giving the compliment because of the compliment. There's nothing behind it. He's just saying something that he notices, like he said. But most of you guys compliment because y'all want pussy. But we have another call here. Area code 702, sir. Your name and your question.
Hey, my name is Abraham, and I just had a question. So, what does it mean to be a man? Like, I'm a young person growing up, you know.
Abraham, are you on your speakerphone, sir?
Yeah, you broke up.
No, I'm on my AirPod.
Okay, can you get off the AirPod? The iPhone AirPods are shitty. Can you please get off of it and just get in your ear, because you sound muffled and far away?
How about now?
Better. That's better. Go ahead.
Okay, what was your question again, sir?
Yeah, what does it mean to be like a real man, you know?
How old are you?
I'm just like new into this world.
How old are you?
Not new into this world, but
how old are you?
I'm like 21.
So it's just the opposite of what you are. It's just the opposite.
So
why are you laughing?
I just want to know what that means.
It's the opposite of what you are.
Well, let me ask the caller this question. In all seriousness, were you raised with your father in the home?
No, I was mostly raised with my mom.
Okay. So when you were coming up, did she date any men seriously that she had you around?
Yeah, I have a stepdad, but he came into my life pretty late.
But okay, and how old were you? How old were you when he came into your life? Because you're 21. How old were you when he came into your life?
He came in when I was 7, but then we moved to a different country after like 7 more years. So only 7 years of my life in total.
Okay. So have you ever played any sports, organized sports, or anything like that?
Yeah, I do boxing right now.
Okay, so are you around any masculine mentorship? Any men who give you life lessons and they actually teach you about life, not about women, just about life lessons and being a man of integrity, being a man that keeps your word? Do you have anyone that talks to you about shit like that?
I used to have a coach. He was very inspirational guy, you know, always told me to work hard, dig deep, and stay true to myself. But I don't train with him anymore because it's some gym stuff.
Okay, real quick, Jay Roman. Let me say this, and then I'll pass it to Jay Roman and Steve. Okay, so you know we did a documentary, right? Definition of Man, right? You need to go ahead and check that out when LaCaro and Miles drop it, right? Definition of Man. Now, here's the thing. When you listen to a lot of people talk about manhood and things of that nature, a lot of people have a skewed definition of what they think manhood is. Let me tell you what manhood isn't, okay? Manhood has nothing to do with how many women you fuck. Manhood has nothing to do with what kind of car you drive, where you live, how much money you make, what type of degree you got, whether or not you can fight or not, and all this other goofy shit, right? Manhood has nothing to do with that, right? Manhood has everything to do with what type of man you are, right? When we talk about things like being a principled man with standards, right? That you don't compromise for nobody. Caller, let me ask you a question. Then I'm gonna sum it up like this. Is there anything in your life you would die for?
Yeah, there's.
What would you die for?
My family. My family.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just that. My family, if I'm being honest.
Okay. Is there anything in your life you would kill for?
kill for.
Anything in your life that you would kill for?
Not really.
Really
No,
now?
not really.
Really now? Okay. Is there anything in your life you would live for?
Yeah, my goals, my ambitions, the person I want to be, and also my family.
So you wouldn't die and kill for those same things?
And killing is just, I feel like my ambitions, that's too selfish, you know, to kill for that. But I see where you're coming from now.
Okay. So for me, Carla, I have standards and principles that I would die for before I compromise them for some pussy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have beliefs that I would live and kill for before I compromise them for anyone. I got it.
So, you see, Carl, you're okay. I like what you're saying, but you're saying it all. You're not doing it in the right order. Why are you placing everybody else above you?
I don't know. I guess that's just the way I was raised,
and that's not a bad thing. And that's what's going to be your greatest flaw and your greatest weakness, because the same family that you would kill and die for and things like that. Let me ask you a question: if your mother or your father or a sibling asked you for money, would you give it to them?
Yeah, I would. If I had it, yeah.
Okay, and it was just the same thing, and they didn't pay you back. Would you be cool with that?
Yeah, I'll be cool with it as long as they're my family.
That's the problem.
Problem.
You have no standards and principles, caller.
Listen, I don't give a fuck if it's my mother, my father, my grandparents, whatever asked for money. You're going to pay me back. I am not just giving this shit to you just to give it to you, because you're not my responsibility. And I know this. Listen, this is the difference between being a man and a male, because men stand on these principles, dog. I don't mind giving or not give, but borrow. You can borrow from me, but you're not my responsibility. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you have a child and they need some clothes, that's your responsibility. Your children, yes. I didn't say mom and dad. They're grown-ass adults. Do you see what I'm saying? So, young man, what I'm saying to you, and then the last thing I want to say before I throw it to Rome, you said that your mentor told you to be yourself, was it? Was it be yourself or believe in yourself?
It was mostly just like, you never know your potential, you know. You have so much of you that you don't realize. So the only way you can bring that up is
okay, but this is why I hate when people say that to people that don't understand game. You can't the problem is you believe in the self that sucks and not the motherfucker that can learn. Because you only seep to the level of your thinking. So if your level thinking is a 1, you're always going to stay at that level no matter what thought you may have, until you get with somebody who is above that level to bring you up, to let you see what you haven't seen before, the things that you don't even know that you don't even know. So when people look at you and tell you to believe in yourself, you are believing in yourself. It's just you believe in the self that doesn't get past the point at which he's at. That's why this is why being a student of the game is so important. This is why you need to be with somebody, no Diddy, that can show you the growth that you can have that you don't see in yourself. But Roman, you got it, bro.
Real quick, Jay Roman, hold on, real quick. I just deleted a comment in the chat. The individual that was asking us what our qualifications were.
Who said that?
Okay, I don't recall the name. I just deleted the shit.
What our qualifications are?
Yeah. Feel free to call in. Okay, here's the thing, and I want to say this. I don't know if it was a man or a woman. Okay, but we're grown-ups, right?
Oh, God.
So what grown-ups do is, if you have a question, feel free to call in and tell us what you disagree with. Okay, what you're not gonna do is come to the chat and say dumb shit.
If you can't see what Zag, Roman, and myself are saying that you probably never heard before, and you still asking that question, fuck out this room, man. I'm sorry, Zag.
So I called to tell a little bit of it. I had a bit of a phone call I had to take, and I caught some of it where about borrowing money and things like that. And I would tell you this: my mom could always get money from me, but because the person she knows I am, she always tried to pay me back.
Yes.
And I would tell her, "Don't pay me back. I actually gave it to you, Mom." Now my siblings, you got to pay that back. Okay, like you know who I am. Pay me the money back. So my thing is, that's just me when it comes to that specific subject. But when you were talking initially, caller, the first thing I asked was your ears open? See, sometimes we might get through our course of our life a lot of different gentlemen that drop different little knowledge. But if our ears are not open to understanding it and applying whatever they're stating, then we'll never listen and we'll never get it. So to be at 21, my first question would be for you is, what do you define as a man? Because that's the most important thing right now. And then go from there. So what is your principles of what you define as a man before you ask anybody else?
I mean, I had my own, ideas of what it means to be a man, but I just didn't know if that was what you guys were talking about. And, I just needed to know, like, what does it mean to be a man for different people? Because I have my own principles.
Okay, so
I wanna know if I should
in all actuality, the principles of it is the same, but how people take the meaning, it still should be the same, because manhood is just manhood. You're not going to not stand on principle and then say I'm a man. You're not going to not be reliable and then say I'm a man. So there's not like a lot of different definitions of it. The thing is that you yourself have to continue to be open to learn from people that you feel are men, that you feel can give you some tidbits on becoming your own individual man. But if you're not open or not willing to search out and learn to be taught, then that'll be never defined for you. And I understand that you didn't have a lot of malehoods consistently in your life, and it's something that you might be trying to get confirmation for, and that's okay because you're still young. You're 21. You're 21, right? You said you were 21 years old?
Yeah, I'm 21.
You're 21, and sometimes we don't really start thinking about the definition of manhood on who we want to be until a little bit later. It just so happened I had a father and people in my life that was drilling certain things into me that I didn't even understand yet until I got of a higher knowledge for myself to understand that's what he was talking about. So there might have been some statements that was said to you when you were younger. If you were listening, you might not understood it, but now you should start understanding some things.
Hey, a quick question, Jay and Zach. We've been watching football for a long time. When's the last time you saw the Jets get a black quarterback? Have you ever seen a black quarterback on the Jets?
No.
They just got one. Yeah, that's on the part.
Oh, it was a draft on right now?
Hold on, real quick. This nigga Steve. Real quick. Danny P with the super chat. $4.99. I believe Quincy Carter, that used to play for the Cowboys, played for the Jets briefly back in the 90s.
No, I'm just saying, was it that draft?
Geno Smith. Geno Smith.
Geno. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I just.
Was Geno drafted there?
I don't know. Quincy Carter. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, caller. Our bad. We get distracted about football shit. Okay.
So caller. Basically, what I'm saying is you're on the right path because you're searching. Start listening and start implementing the things that you feel will define your manhood for you. You got to have certain beliefs, and you also have to be willing to question your beliefs, put them to the fire, put them to the test, to say, okay, is this my principle here? Is this what I really believe in? And if you see that this is it, then you stand on it. There's certain things that I will like. I don't give out money. I'm with Steve. I don't give out money to not be collected back. There's very few people in my life that I give out money to. One of those people that I give money to is 1950. If you ever ask for something, I'll give it because we've been asking money back and forth each other since we was knee high to a grasshopper. But I know that dude, if I ask for help, will help me just like he knows I will help him. So for me to give money, it goes deeper than just, giving money. You ain't got to get this back, homie. I know who you are.
We good.
We good.
Right, let me do this. Let me interject this real quick because we it's about time we got to get ready to bounce. Caller, let me just say this. The best we can do is give you the tools.
Yes.
Of you being able to say, okay, I got some tools to work with. Now let me go forth and let me carve out my own identity. I got something to work with. I got some pillars. right? I got some pillars and I got a foundation I can work with. Now let me go put up the framework. Let me go build my house. I got a solid foundation to start from. And I'm gonna tell you, any advice out here that's geared or stoked in fear, bad advice. Any advice that teaches you to be bitter towards the opposite sex or to have any type of angst or vitriol to things outside of you, horrible advice. Okay.
Yeah.
And any advice that's going to help you is going to be anything that's self-improvement that teaches you to take accountability and self-responsibility for the things you invite into your life, including the opposite sex.
Integrity, being honest, being honest. Fourth, we'll having the wherewithal to, no matter what's in front of you, to have the ability in the back of your head say, I can overcome whatever I need to overcome. Like there's just some of the qualities that when it comes to manhood that you're going to, have that's going to keep you, mentally tough and keep you moving straight. So,
Yeah. So
go ahead, Steve.
Caller, we're going to let you go, but I'm just saying, have you watched Shogun yet?
No, I was gonna watch it. I watched Fallout though.
Okay,
I heard you talk about it.
Yeah. But watch Shogun, because that's everything that Jay Roman's talking about. You'll see everything in that movie: honor, integrity, no emotions, and how men move. So just watch that, but also watch the shows when Jay Roman is doing the show, when Zag, myself, Viv, Lucario, Miles, or King Dre, they're doing shows. Watch those shows and soak up the information. Okay, young man?
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll throw you back in. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the call. Great call, young man. Here we go. All right. Oh, man. Dallas is up one more pick. We better get a running back. We need a fucking running back, man. Shit. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry.
We good on calls?
You're good on calls. We're good on calls, sir.
Okay, we got one last question right here. We're going to ask this real quick. All right, so he says, so being 25 and still living with your mom, you still have...
Hey, fellas, I won't be able to join this call with you.
Okay.
I got to get ready. My son's having a birthday party.
Congratulations.
So I get out of here. And this dude is, he's gamed up too. So I have conversations with my son that are almost grown. Like sometimes I forget, this little dude.
You're key. You're key.
You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, for all the people that join in the chat, all the callers, I appreciate the callers. I love it when callers go ahead and call in. They put themselves on the line and do so. For the people in the chat, thanks for joining. For the people that are just there to throw a monkey wrench in whatever statements are made, either call in or start being a hater. And I think you guys got to realize that you're just hating because you're only doing it not to really learn something. You're just doing it to say the opposite of whatever we're saying. Yeah. So
don't be a disruption.
Yeah. Steve, Zag, appreciate you always having me on here. Always nice, brother. Steve. And y'all enjoy your Saturday.
Enjoy your son, sir. Enjoy your birthday, brother. Appreciate it, man. We have 7.8, sir. What's your name? What's your question, sir?
Hey, how you doing, boss? Yeah, my name is Malik. I'm from Brooklyn, 25.
All right, Malik, are you on speakerphone, Malik? Are you on speaker?
No.
Okay. Are you in your earpods? Because you sound distant.
No, the phone is to my ear.
Okay. All right. Just speak up a little bit, sir, but we got you. What's up, buddy?
All right, but yeah, so I wanted to know, right? So I got a lot of friends, and they aren't really into the game like that, right? And I've been listening to game for a while now, and I'm just trying to get better at it. No matter what, I'm just trying to get better. And I see that they're not trying to get better, and they don't listen to the advice. So if you have friends that's not gamed up or trying to get gamed up, should you cut them off because they're kind of like
caller, this is what I would tell you this, right?
Yeah,
you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. What you're gonna have to do is, one, ask yourself, do those individuals bring any value to your life, right? Steve, I think you said it, you are the sum total of your friends, right? I used to always say, show me your 5 closest friends and I'll show you you.
Yep.
I'll show you you, right? So what I started doing at some point, I started separating my friends, meaning I had friends that I can go chase some ass with. Then I had other friends that I could kick it with and do paintball with, and I can go play pool with and all of that. But, caller, one day, I came to the realization that a lot of these friends that I just did miscellaneous shit with, I really didn't see any value for them. So I had to cut them all the way the fuck off, right? So I'm not telling you to do that. What I'm telling you to do is, as you get older, a little more mature, and you evolve and grow as a man, you're going to realize what's important to you now won't be important to you later. You got to make a decision.
I would say, young man, hang out with the humans. Don't call them friends. Let them be associates, because they can still bring pussy to you, so they can do work for you. Let them do the work for you. But I would not call them friends. Friends is something that you should have. You should count on your hand. You should not be friends with everybody. You know what I mean? You should roll with people that push you and challenge you, not to just be just average and stuff. You should be around sharks and wolves and stuff. Like I told you, my friends, you know, the ones I used to roll with, we would get pussy so much, we had to create the rejection game to see who get rejected the most, because we get so much pussy. We make it more challenging. You know, we make it fun. You know, and again, I'm lucky that the dogs I hung out with, they play video games, watch sci-fi shows, and you know, all that. You know, just I'm a geek, so I'm not a nerd. I'm not smart. I'm a geek, but you know, I'm a sci-fi guy. And, you know, we would go. Matter of fact, I don't laugh at me. I can't wait for May 10th. Planet of the Apes come out, man. That's all we talk about on the back. We don't even talk about pussy. I mean, pussy's the last thing we talk. We just talk about the shit that we want to go do and what we want to go see. The draft. Talk about the draft. Talk about the movies that come on. Watching Fallout show. So we talk about everything other than pussy, because pussy is something that just comes. It's not like a big deal.
You know what it is, Steve? It's like waking up and saying, hey, I took a breath today.
Yeah.
like breathing is natural. Like, why would I talk about the fact that I'm breathing? Like, it's natural.
Women don't even come up, because that's something that just happens. We talk about everything but women. But if you got a bunch of guys that only talk about women and not getting women, you got to cut them motherfuckers off, man.
Yeah, because I told them, I try to put them on to everybody I know that spits games away. I used to watch a lot of Red Pill stuff back in the day, and then I was watching both of them at the same time, and it was conflicting. I'm like, why is he telling me this? And then they're telling me that.
It's gonna conflict, bro.
Yeah,
caller. You know, you can't be a drug addict and save money at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So when you listen to Red Pill shit and listen to us, it's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. So, and here's the thing, right? Everyone, whatever your ideologies are or whatever your beliefs are, even if they're false beliefs, you're always going to gravitate to the information that backs up that belief. So the problem is a lot of guys have low self-esteem. They don't have a sense of self-value, and the things that they believe are of value are things that have nothing to do with being a man. It's always, if you ever pay attention, what a lot of guys equate to value is what it takes to get pussy. Pussy. It's not even what it takes to get to be a husband or to get a wife or to have a successful marriage. It's all about pussy. You know what I'm saying? What it takes to get some ass. Okay, and guys wonder why they encounter women that treat them like shit, because no one is telling these guys how to be a man of substance, so you attract women of substance. No, how to be a man and get some pussy. Yeah, I got
it. Yeah, we was arguing about that yesterday, because he said, because one of my friends has a girlfriend, and her friends kind of like some of his friends, which is me and him. And I fucked one of her friends, right? But he said that it was easy for me to fuck her because she doesn't look as good as the girl that likes him. And I'm trying to tell him, if they both like us, then they like us not because of how they look, but because they like us. And he's trying to make it seem like just because one looks better than the other,
cut the cancer.
She won't fuck him.
Cut the cancer. Cut the cancer. It'll hold you down. They'll hold you back. Cut the cancer. Cut the cancer.
Let me tell y'all something, okay? And I want guys to understand something. The only men that should see value in a woman's beauty are pimps, strip club owners, porn directors. Any man that makes money off of how a woman, those are the only men. Because they making money, they've monetized beauty. But if you just a regular dude out here, if you see value in a beauty of a woman, you a sucker. You a sucker.
That make any sense, caller?
That makes a lot of sense.
All right, do you have any other questions before we let you go?
No, you can let me go right now.
All right, respect, man. Well, thank you for the call, dog. We'll throw you back in. Zach, you can go and get that question, man. You're good.
All right, let's get to shit. Okay, so he says, so being 25 and still living with your mom, you should be ashamed of yourself. Would you still have value in yourself? I feel like I'm not a better man because I'm in this situation. Okay, here's my thing. Okay, I'm not gonna judge you because I don't know your circumstances. This is what I will tell you though. If you moved out and you fell on some hard times and you moved back in briefly, but you got a plan to get the fuck out, cool. But if you're 25 and you've never moved out, you graduated high school at the age of 18. 7 years later, and you still don't got a plan to get your own spot, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I would tell you, I don't know if you're American. Sounds like you're not American. You better get your ass in the fucking military. Get the fuck out the house. There's no dog for 7. I remember from the moment, I don't remember conception, but I always dreamed of getting the fuck out of the house. Zach, I would never got a quarterback. Come on, Dallas. Fuck. I'm sorry. So I would never ever be home. From the time I eat, I would wake up in the morning, say hi to my mother. I would go to school, come back, do my homework, and I was out. And I had to come back when the lights came on. And Saturday morning, after watching my Saturday morning cartoons, ate my cereal, I was out, and I never came home until I either asked we were kids, asked my mom, can I spend the night over at my friend's house or something? I was never home. I was never home, and I always wanted to get the fuck out. I always wanted my own shit. I just didn't want, because I had to be my parents. You know, when you live with your parents, you got to follow their rules. Yep. When they tell you to go to bed, what to eat, what to wear, when you go to a party, if you can spend nights, you can do all. They had control. It was their house, their rules, and I wanted my own. I just was something in the ones grew up in the 70s and 60s and 50s. They just had this thing where, you know, they just wanted their own. And now you guys out here, y'all just want to be up under your fucking parents because you get free meals, free rent, and free food, and you don't have to have any responsibility. You are 25 years fucking old. You are damn dog. 5 years from now, you'll be 30. 10 years from that, you'll be in your 40s. And what have you done for your life? What have you done for yourself? So
I moved out when I was 17, man.
I was going straight to the Army. Hey, I only came home after basic training for a few weeks. Then I was straight to Germany. And I never looked back after. I never went back home. I never.
The freedom. Oh, once you get that taste of freedom?
I never. Hey, and gentlemen, I lived.
Oh my God.
I lived and had roommates. Yes, I did. Even when I didn't have, I had roommates. I'm saying that at least find some of your friends. That was the plan, Zach. I was like, hey, dog, what we're going to do is we'll get together. We're going to get a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartment, and we're going to save our money. That was the plan. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying for you, young man, is that you are 7 years behind your graduating class. And either you're going to get off of your fucking lazy ass and cut the umbilical cord from mommy and be your own man, or just be a bitch the rest of your life. Because you're never going to learn anything being under the roof of a woman that will give you everything, and you don't have to ask. I'm telling you, your mother. Yeah, go ahead. You got his ass.
Well, let me say this: being at home is a safety net. Okay, as a man, you don't. I think a man having a safety net is a detriment to his evolution as a man.
Yes.
I think if guys were put in a position where nobody can save them from their financial mistakes, you motherfuckers will grow up a lot quicker. Okay, that's one. Two, Steve, let me tell you when I knew I had to get out. When my mom would fix my father's plate first and he would get the big piece of chicken.
That's when you knew you had to get out.
That's how I knew when I had to get the fuck out. When he got the biggest piece of chicken, I'm like, Mom, I want that. Nope. Your father's the man in the house. He get the biggest piece of chicken. I knew it was time for me to get my own spot. And I was in elementary school. I'm like, it's time to get the fuck out.
I knew it was time when my mother, like, you know, at nighttime, you know, you want to talk to the girls and shit like that. My mother would make me go to bed fucking what, 10, 11 o'clock. And I'm trying to talk to the chicks. So I got to sneak and be in under the pillow with the phone cord and shit, or having girls over and shit. You know, it was stipulations. I couldn't fuck anything. You know, my mother would put stipulations on that shit and stuff, man. I'm like, no, man, I ain't that motherfucker.
Time to go.
Yeah.
So gentlemen, then I know some of y'all who live in foreign countries, y'all have different cultures and all that other shit where they want you to maybe go to school or get a trade, and then you save some money, and then you eventually get your own family and all of that. I understand the different customs and cultures, so I'm not knocking y'all for that. But for y'all, especially you westernized individuals, especially if you live here in America or Western Europe, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm saying, get the fuck out. I'm saying, get your own spot, get the fuck out. From the time you are in high school, I don't know if they call it secondary school or wherever they call it at in England or Italy or Germany, whatever else, but y'all should already have plans. Y'all should already be making plans for your future when you're like 14, 15, 16 years old. Now, I understand you might change your mind here and there, but you should already have plans in place, man.
Yeah, and listen, I want to make this clear. There's nothing wrong with moving your parents in your place. If your parents cannot function as adults and they need help, there's nothing wrong with bringing your parents to live with you, because that's something a son would do. You know, take care of your mother or take care of your father, and you should never be ashamed of that. What I'm saying is that it's a difference between having your parents live with you versus you live with them. That's all I want to make sure on that.
All right, cool. So we're done with that. All right, gentlemen, for those of you who want to call in, it's too late, motherfuckers. Y'all should have called in a long time ago.
I should have
yeah, and the line's are set down anyway, y'all. So you missed your opportunity. Yeah, but hey, we're doing the Real Game No Theory podcast tomorrow. Myself, Steve the Dean Williams, Mr. 1950 Lucario. I don't know if Miles is gonna be there or not.
Miles won't be there. I'll be handling the phones tomorrow.
Okay,
cool. Vacation.
All right, cool. So a Real Game No Theory joint tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. rather, Eastern Time. So y'all come through and fuck with us. Steve, before we bounce, you got anything you want to plug? Got anything going on for the fellas and the ladies?
I got a show with Dana, Emotion versus Logic. We're going to be talking about the soft we got era and how it is empowering women.
Yeah, I gotta have a question. I gotta have a sit down with Dana because she called me Zaggy, and I don't like when chicks have pet names for me, but they ain't doing nothing for me. And they just can't be having no pet name for me, but you ain't bringing no value to my situation.
Zaggy, no, fuck no, student of the game. Fuck no, fuck. Repost what he said.
Who's that?
Student of the game. This is why you fucking up, dog. Fuck. See, that's what I'm saying, dog. Stop trying to cheat the game, man. That's some lazy bitch ass shit. You should not want to be home. You should be trying to do everything you can to get the fuck out. Man, dog, please stick with your fitness shit. Stop talking. That's silly, man. I don't like motherfuckers.
Stack your bread for what, bro?
Your bread up for what, motherfucker?
You could have did that in high school. Look, a lot of y'all should have jobs in high school. As soon as you turn 15, 16, you should get a job.
Saying. Stack your bread up when you, you know what? At 15, I had to get my parents to write a permission slip to allow me to go to school half the day or something like that and then go work or whatever. Dog, the fuck you mean, dog? You don't get, man. Oh, man, I hate when motherfuckers.
Y'all dudes y'all be living at home. You know what it is, Steve? There was an article about 10 years ago, and I forgot where I found it at, but there was an article, and they were talking about this very thing, about how these guys are staying at home And one of the things that they're doing is they're buying cars. They're buying luxury automobiles, Benzes and BMWs and all of that. And they staying at home. And because they're living there rent-free and they ain't paying no real bills, they can afford to have these $800, $900 a month fucking car loans and shit. And they're staying at home for that reason. So that way they can perpetuate this fake-ass lifestyle because they can't afford to live on their own because they got these high-ass car notes as youngins. You know what I'm saying?
Who gives a fuck when we live in Texas to the game? Who gives a fuck when we live in there? What's your fucking point? What's your fucking point? What is living in Texas fucking point? Because wherever the fuck you at, if you can't handle it, then move the fuck out. What's your fucking point? What is living in Texas? What does it matter? Man, you just saying some the side of your bitch ass mouth, man. What the fuck does it matter if we
Mikkel is right there on the screen. Mikkel, my bad, Steve, is right there on the screen. Steve's information, the man mindset, themanmindset.com. My information at the Return of Manhood. That's my YouTube shit. And Manhood is a skillset.com. Right there. The information is right there, fam. Look, guys, let me just say this. Y'all can do what the fuck you want to do. But when you have problems in your life, when the people you encounter don't respect you, we're telling you, okay, we're giving you the information as to putting yourself in a position where instead of having to demand respect, you can command it. Yep. Right? Take the information or don't take it. Do what you do.
Exactly. All right. Well, all right, Zach.
We out. We catch y'all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. Peace.
Peace out, guys. See y'all tonight.